that show me subscribe.
Make no mistake, we're the only black people in y'all that only eat rat, eat cat. People, you ain't black, you ain't that. Matter of fact, your black is repo, I'm taking it back. Cause y'all making it whack, faking jacks, y'all from the slave, raiding the tax. Bitch, we built the foundation, our innovations were groundbreaking. Y'all ain't wanna get down, now you around, hating, faking, with the linear in and out, the ground shaking. Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, mistake, we're the only black people and y'all the only eat rat, eat cat. People, you ain't black, you ain't that. Matter of fact, your black is repo, I'm taking it back. Cause y'all making it whack, faking jacks, y'all from the slave, raiding the tax. Breaks, pause, pause. We built the foundation, our innovations were groundbreaking. Y'all ain't wanna get down, now you around, hating, faking, with the linear eating, now the ground shaking. Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say, Someone say, FBA, we don't run away. We stay, we slay, we pray, we say,
Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? All right, you on the opposite side of this camera. I need for all of y'all to listen up. Because this topic right here, this is a good topic. In America, we have what they call foundational black, which is, that's us, that's native to this land. Our ancestors was here. Grandparents, great-parents, great-great-grand, y'all get it, right? Now we have this problem with the border, with the illegals. Haitians, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Panamanian, Dominican, it's everything, everybody, right? So now, it's crazy because I had a good argument with some of my brothers, and one of the brothers was saying, nah, it's foundational black. They don't fight with us. We ain't fighting with them. And I brought up a point in the conversation. And one of the brothers that was on the phone, we had a nice group chat. And one of the brothers said what I said. In the hood, if you living in California, Florida, New York, I'm just throwing those three places out. I ain't talking about South Carolina. I ain't talking about North Carolina. I'm talking about New York, for example. And you got a melting pot of women, beautiful women. Some brothers, where we come from, we call them exotics, like the dogs. Like, yeah, these chicks is exotics. When it comes to a woman, this chick is like a Lamborghini. Yeah. Well, some of the foundational black men that's in the hood is sleeping with some of these women and having children by these women. Then you look on the internet and you start listening to these men and these women. Yeah, because we ain't fighting for them. Who's we? We? What are we speaking? We speaking French? Who's we? You niggas don't speak for all of us. We ain't never been united, and we all don't stand in solidarity in this situation. Because first and foremost, where I come from in New York, some of these people is our next door neighbors. And if you come and try to violate my friend's mother, my friend's father, nigga, it's going to be on. The community loves them. The internet, it's Satan's house, and it's deceitful. And it plants seeds of division. Because the truth of the matter is, most real street niggas don't even give a damn about this topic.
Stop the cap.
But the ones that's pushing it on the internet, you better pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. They have an agenda. The brainwashing even more people. Oh, we ain't fighting for. Some of you niggas ain't never fought for nothing. Some of you niggas and some of you females ain't never stood and fought for nothing except for your food stamps and your welfare. You stood on line outside of a food stamp building and fought for goddamn food stamp Section 8 and public housing. That's the only thing you niggas ever fought for. So when you talk about, oh, we ain't fighting for them, you ain't never fought for nothing anyway. That's why your kids got the worst education. Please don't tell me who you fighting for. We know you ain't fighting for nothing. But when it comes to the hood, the ghetto, with nobody smiling, everybody don't stand in solidarity with you internet niggas and y'all internet voices. You got black men, foundational black men, who absolutely refuses to date and have babies with black women in America because of y'all arrogance and y'all nasty ass attitudes and some of y'all ugly looks and nappy nasty ass fucking hair. Don't get me to lying. And I'm not saying that about all of my sisters because I've always had bad females. I don't know what the hell happened down the line. Some of these females I see years later, they ain't fine no more. I might not be fine no more, but it is what it is. Don't nobody make the decision for black people as a whole because we all don't stand together. And a lot of fly niggas, get busy niggas, stick up kids, drug dealers. The baddest shorties that they dealing with in the hood, they families don't belong here. That's an ugly truth, whether you like it or not. If y'all want to talk about foundational black, shout out to Tariq Nasheed. I respect some of the work that he done, but they say his wife is not foundational black. What do he look like telling his wife he ain't gonna fight for her family? Accordingly, what y'all saying, what is she white? She what? I don't know what she is. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. Keep doing what you're doing. But you can't tell a man that done tied into another nationality, or rather, or islanders, rather, people from different islands. Because we all nigga, if you know what I mean. You can't sit up there and dictate to us, or we ain't fighting that fight. Who's we? Some of us is bullies. We stick the nose of our gun and shit that don't even concern us. And some of you sitting up there talking about what y'all ain't fighting for. Y'all cowards. Y'all ain't never fought for nothing. What are you talking about? And y'all gotta put it in the comment section, especially the men. Stop playing. Y'all gotta put it in the comment section. A lot of dudes ain't seeing their kids or they shorty. Nigga dealing with the baddest shorty he ever dealt with in his life, and she ain't from this country right now.
Stop the cap.
Her family done brought her over here illegally, and a nigga love her. I really love
Stop the cap.
Who ain't fighting for what? The greatest wars in the past, when you watch the movie Helen of Troy with Achilles. 2 countries with the war are female. All it takes is one black man to be in love with one border jumper and have a baby with her. And ICE come take them and deport them, and what you think is gonna be? Some of our illest soldiers and illest street niggas in the past killed niggas over 5 cents. What you think they gonna do over their baby mothers? And they
Stop the cap.
down with it. Yeah, put it in the comment section, because this is a good topic. And this is a topic that everybody should be indulging in the comment section. Like, you think I'm not going to fight for mine? I mean, I'm going to keep it funky. I've been with my wife for decades, so, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, I done had some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful border jumpers back in the days.
Stop the cap.
Dominicans, Haitians, Panamanian. I done had it all.
Oh my God!
Stop the cap.
And at the point in the time when I was with them, when I'm with you. Y'all know the songs. You think I ain't gonna fight for mine?
No.
Don't nobody make decisions for black people, foundational black people as a whole. We are all not together. Yes, we are foundational black. But you internet niggas don't make decisions for us as a whole. Some of you niggas ain't never been to the penitentiary. Some of you niggas ain't never been in a shootout. Some of you niggas ain't never been battle tested.
Oh my God!
And some of you bitches that think y'all so smart ain't never even had a man sleep in your bed for 30 days straight. Shut up. You can't even keep a man in your bed for 30 days straight. How the f is you gonna make a decision for a whole community? I'll wait. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. I'm out.
When I first came to the United States, I was fascinated by African Americans. And I'll be honest, I thought we were the same. We look the same, we share ancestors, we share history.
No.
So I assumed blackness meant the same thing to all of us.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
That was my mistake. Here's the disconnect. For African Americans, blackness comes first, before your job, before your politics, before your city. You are black all the time. That's how society meets you. That's how history trained you to move. For Africans, identity works differently. Tribe comes first, then language, then country. Now, in America, blackness is like a uniform. You don't take it off. It comes with scars, it comes with memory, it comes with rules you learn early. When to close ranks, when to be careful, when solidarity is not optional. This uniform wasn't chosen, it was earned through survival. And for Africans, this uniform does not make sense at first. So when Africans and African Americans meet in the West, there's an unspoken expectation. We look the same, so we should move the same. But Africans are still reading the world through culture, nationality, or tribe.
I'm Jamaican.
You ain't black.
Then what am I?
Jamaican.
I'm black.
You Jamaican.
No.
You Jamaican.
Oh my God! No.
There's a difference. Huh? It's a difference.
Okay, describe the difference.
If I go to your...
What color is my skin? What color is my skin?
Yellow.
Okay, and it derived from?
Even white derived from black. Even white derived from black. All colors in the color spectrum come from the black. But y'all have been classified as Jamaicans.
When I fill out a paperwork here in the States, it doesn't say Jamaican anywhere.
How can you describe me as being black? You have a name. You're Jamaican.
You're American.
Well, I'm black American.
Okay, I'm black Jamaican.
It don't say that. You're making something up now. It don't say that. Our paperwork, we have to check something. When you go back home, you don't check nothing. You're automatic Jamaican.
Right.
I'm not automatic American. I'm automatic black. You see what I'm saying? So when we say black, we talking us. Y'all ain't us. Don't y'all got Jamaican food?
Yes.
Don't y'all have a Jamaican culture?
Yes.
We don't.
You have an American culture.
What's
in Texas? In Texas, you have soul food.
What's
barbecue?
So we those seeds. We are not African seeds. We are not. We don't have no African bloodline other than what the white boy have.
No.
Yeah, so great dialogue with Charleston White and the Jamaican Tether, who was trying to her best to cosplay as us and to sell herself on us. She tried to sell herself to Charleston White. He wasn't buying it. You know, Charleston White be in the news for some coon shit, but he that dialogue, he was on code. You dig? Yeah, man. Paper genocide. Listen, everybody claims their debaters, no recorded debates, no clear wins, none of that shit. Everybody claims to be researchers, no real work out there that's unique and different. Like, I'm the leading voice. I'm the early voice who said the only blacks in the world are black Americans. Everybody else are faking, and they are who they were before, right? Their country, nationality, their tribe, the name after their language, culture. That's who they are. And we are the only black people because our ethnonym, our ethnic label, ethnic identity is black, and then was black. Theirs wasn't. Okay. There's countries. There's 54 countries in Africa, and there's 1,000 islands over there in the Caribbean. These guys are West Indian, right? So you're West Indian, you're Jamaican. Where is the black? Like Charleston White told the lady, you just made that up. You don't go home and identify as black Jamaican. You identify as Jamaican. Because in what sense are you black? You got to point at your skin color. That's not what we do. When we say we're black in America, we don't point at skin color. We point at an experience that started with U.S. chattel slavery. That's what makes us black all the way till now. 400 years plus of an experience, of a lived experience, an evolution. These guys are black only on paper. White people came up with a racial social construct called, or a social construct called race. And people become race only on paper. There's no such thing as race in your daily activities, in your daily social life. Nobody identifies themselves as their race in your daily social life, daily activities. You acknowledge yourself as what you always did. So on paper, a lot of Caribbeans and a lot of West Indians and Africans will select black African American, but that's not how they identify themselves in America with each other or in their homeland. They identify as themselves as Trinidadian if they're from Trinidad. They identify themselves as Dominican if they come from Dominican Republic. They identify themselves as Igbo if they come from Nigeria. You dig? Where's the black? Where's the room for the black? There's no room for the black. right? So you're black only in America, and you're black only on paper. Hence why I say paper genocide. You know, so when you're dealing with paper genocide with the indigenous people of America, they that's called paper genocide. Well, with us, it's not genocide in the sense they're not trying to eliminate us like they did the indigenous people. They're trying to dilute us with inclusion. So I call it paper dilution of inclusion. So you got paper genocide with the indigenous Americans, and you got paper dilution of inclusion when you're dealing with foundation Black Americans. Okay, so you got two paper harms, paper wars, paper genocide, and you have paper dilution of inclusion. That's a fact. Case in point. Hold on. Let's get to the case in points. I love case in points. I love proving my points. Okay. So let's go here. Yeah, they are, America, like these white tea people are some clever bastards, family. You gotta really watch them. They will word something up where it sounds perfect and seems perfect. Now we got these AIs. We got to run that stuff through AI. Like, hey, is there any way this is a finesse? The way they put these words together. If it is, show me the finesse and show me how to get around it. We gotta before you sign these contracts with White Tea Man, you gotta really put that contract on and to get AI search engines and ask them, hey, is there any way that this person could be trying to finesse me? And if so, how do I get around it? These guys are the master. Nobody could finesse better than a nobody could finesse better than the white man. The white man is the king finesser, the king scammer. Dudes out there committed genocide on indigenous Americans through paperwork. And then some 100 years later, did the same old game on us. Quite interesting, right? Same old game with us. All right, so let me play this video and then we're going to go further down. Hold on. I think it's this video.
Asleep. Yeah, Martin rolled with these brothers, the Wack brothers, Larry and Kenny Wack. You want to pick what?
One of the people.
You want to pick one? Whatever. No, you can't do that. That's like a one-off. Get your ass up and go to sleep. Learn that from the Wack brothers.
All right, hold on.
But tell you what, you want to play football?
I think it's in
Hop
here.
on real quick. Not continental Africans. We're not. All right, let's get users.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. How are you?
And to capitalize off of for way too long.
Black American lineage that is unique. The whole narrative of us being lost, displaced Africans, we are rejecting that because we're not. And
that's how Africans see us, by the way. Africans see us as lost Africans who don't know who we are, and we're so dumb we think we're American. That's how they see us.
That's no disrespect to Africa. There's some cool African people. We're just not continental Africans. We're not. We've been here way too long. We formed and forged our own unique standalone identity, and it's the most dominant ethnic identity and culture in the world because everybody emulates foundational Black Americans. And we can stand on that. Yeah? We can stand on that. All right? This OG person here is trolling heavy. All right? You say you rejected us too. No, that's you over here. I guarantee you.
Well, I mean, so you say they're a foolish nation. I mean, I agree to some degree, but To act, I know you ain't not pretending that they're just dumb and easy, because then what's the solution then? Like, how come you haven't came up with something to conquer or overthrow white supremacy? Like, so now these folks ain't dumb. They flying rockets in the moon. They got science. They got a military. They got money, and they got influence. And no, this ain't. If they're a foolish nation, then your foolish definition is different than what I understood. These people are very brilliant. And that's the thing. Like, never underestimate your opponent. No, Mayweather always took people as though they could beat him. He never say, even though he knew they couldn't beat him, he never trained like that. He never prepared his mind to believe, oh, this guy's a walkover. He always had to prove it to himself over and over and over. So when it comes to the white T man, the white T man has been ruling. I don't know if you guys realize, but the white T man been ruling the entire earth for the last, you could say 200 something years. Or is, let me see, 100. Yeah, let's be safe. 100. For the last 150 years, the white man has been ruling the earth. A foolish nation can't just rule the earth like that. For that lamb long. So, like I said, I agree with somewhat what you're saying, but in some other aspects, I disagree because they're not a full completely.
You over here. You're right over here with us. All right, let's be very clear. Mr. Goldstein?
Be time for me to change barber,
brother. All right, there you go.
I'm trying to make sure if this is the video. I'm not sure.
Let's get the family in here. We're talking about and shit off Amazon. He doing too dirty, musty flip-flops are right over here with us. Well, where your family from? Down in the southern states.
I'm on my way.
Okay, all right. I could have sworn it was that video. Okay, now I know. I think it's this one. I think.
There's a debate for that.
Yeah, it's this one.
American. This is why delineation is important.
Don't forget, family. Delineation is resolving the paper genocide. I'm gonna get into that in a second. This is part one, right? I wasn't intending to go too deep. You see what time it is? It's late. Just want to drop this off real fast, and the replay again. You guys who are up, you're gonna get a good one, a good gem, good jewel, and the guys who on the replay game, during the replay game, they will appreciate this part one. But this is to set the stage, right? Start the conversation. Start your brain to start receiving the correct information. And then I'm going to pile on later, day after day after day, right? It's going to be a large project.
This is why language is important. And this is why we use the term foundational Black American. African American is too damn vague. African American, anybody can use that. That's vague as hell, and it don't work for us. And we are not African American. We're not immigrants. That's an immigrant term. Obama is African American. Hell, they're running around saying Kamala Harris is African American. Elon Musk is African American. It's vague. It's too damn vague. Anybody can be African American. No. We're foundational. If you're from the lineage, see, that stops the confusion. See, foundational Black American is a perfect term. It stops all the confusion. You know exactly who's who. That shuts down all the arguments. See, that's what I like to do. I like to shut down arguments so we can go on and move on. If you try to use African American and then try to redefine it, now you're going to just be going back and forth incessantly. Even just using Black American, because there's some people who want to say the only Black Americans are Black people who are not immigrants. That's an argument.
That's me.
But it's an argument. There's a debate for that. And y'all can just debate about that incessantly. You can have people who say, well, I'm Haitian and I'm Black. And they have a point. But then you have a point by saying, well, they don't really identify as Black. That's another point. The problem is it's a debate. Ain't no debate on who's a damn FBA or not. See, that's where I'm at right now. I ain't trying to debate you. Ain't no debate. See, that FBA shuts it all down. It just wipes all the bullshit up out of here. It cleans everything up. It makes everything clear. Ain't no going back and forth. Nothing. That means one thing only. The people whose lineage is from the beginning. Ain't no immigrants. None of that shit. You're there from the beginning. It just cleans up everything. You know exactly what it means. Ain't no going back and forth. Nobody can latch on to it. It's tether proof. Tethers can latch on to African American. Tethers can latch on to Black American. Tethers can latch on to minority. Tethers can latch on to people of color. Tethers try to latch on to Creole too, by the way. Tethers can even latch on to indigenous, by the way, too. All right? When y'all want to go the indigenous route, that gives a back door to tethers too, because they can try to run the Caribbean. Well, shit, I had some Taino in the Caribbean, and they indigenous, so I'm indigenous to the Americas. They try to play that game. Descendants of slaves. Tethers can latch on to that. Remember that one tether woman? And notice she disappeared? Yeah, notice that tether woman who tried to backdoor her way into the lineage. She's like, yeah, I don't like Foundation Black America, but I'm a descendant of slaves in America. I'm a descendant of slaves in America. She kept saying that. Found out her family's from damn Guyana. That's why she kept saying that. That's why she kept saying that shit. She was a tether trying to use descendants of slaves in America as a backdoor. You see? But foundational Black Americans, when you put that foundation on it, that shuts the back door too. Because foundation means that your family has had to been here from the very beginning. You see? Words matter. Neely Fuller taught us that. You got to be very precise with words. We got to be word masters. We got to be very precise with our words. That's why the term foundational Black American is extremely precise. Yeah? Okay, who is this person that texts me Jesus? Man, okay. Josh, let me get you out of here, man. I don't know what you're doing. I'm going to get you out of here. This trolling in the chat. I don't know what you're doing. All right. All right. Shout out to everybody in here. Yeah, like I said, man, FBA, that's the clean swimming pool. All right. That's a clean swimming pool, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right, let me go wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get it up out of here. Respect everybody. Shout out to everybody in here. We had a great conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com.
All right, so that was I want y'all to hear Tariq take on that. So he's not against me gatekeeping Black, repoing Black from immigrants. He just saying, which I already know, like Foundation Black American is the terminology, no problem. But I'm looking backwards and I'm snatching Black too, because I see that they're using Black incorrectly and they got Black representing them. So I felt like, yes, we're Foundation Black American. We delineate the term is distinctive and it only points to us, cool. But to stop them from even getting close to an argument, let's go ahead and snatch Black from them altogether. You dig? Okay, so now here is a woman who claims she's FBA. Oh, Slick Bay early with the lineage chat. As soon as I got started the live, he sent the lineage chat with $20. Thank you very much. Very much appreciate. Super sticker, by the way. Copper. Let me see. Copper. Let me see the whole name. Okay, Copper Brand. Oh, okay. $20 for you too. And in the chat. Thank you very much, brother. Man, I want some people who disagree with us. Okay, I want people who disagree with the lineage to click that link. Paper genocide is the topic today. I'm gonna prove that. Well, I've always been proving it, but I never put it together in a bold claim like I am now. Yes, paper genocide. I didn't make a mistake. Paper genocide. We're gonna deal with the origins of it and what is going on. Now, when I say paper genocide, I'm not really. I'm using the name because it's hot and it's familiar, but that's not what we're going through in Black America. We're going paper genocide, and that's specifically reserved for indigenous Americans. Black Americans are going through paper dilution of inclusion. Okay, so that's our version of paper harm. And then you got people who are claiming to be FBA, but they're only FBA only on paper. They're not FBA genetically or genealogically. No, they're Black on paper only. Okay, now listen to this dialogue I had with this sister about this right here. She said Obama was Black. All right, so yeah, man. So it's not difficult. Oh shit! Oh my God. Let me see. Hold on. Damn. Tripping. So we got Linda. Is that the Linda that was trolling the other day? So we got Baby audio is a little janky. You got to fix the audio. That's coming back in. Linda, come off mute. How are you? Yes, Linda.
Hold on, let me. Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta mute. You gotta mute the
Yeah, I'm doing
YouTube. You gotta mute your YouTube. And that's fine if you want to call himself his mother side. That's okay. But when you it's better now.
Okay.
Are you the Linda that had a lawyer as a sister?
Yeah. I mean, you know, my sister's, yeah. I'm Bebe also. My government
Okay.
name is here.
Okay, yes. So you are logged in twice.
Yeah, I was trying to log myself out of both, but as long as there's not an echo. But no, I think Barack Obama is Black. I just don't think he's FBA or ADOS.
Okay. And so in what sense would he be Black?
Because like his father's a Black Kenyan. Like
What's a Black Kenyan? Wait, no, you just okay. Have you ever seen the 54 countries in Africa? Like, yeah, it don't have an adjective attached to them. It's their king. You got to listen as we're talking. Okay, there's no adjectives attached to no country. There's no Black of Jamaica. There's no white Jamaica. There's no yellow, no pink Jamaica. It's just Jamaica. And people from Jamaica, they're called what?
They're called Jamaicans.
Right. And people from Kenya are called what?
Kenya.
Right. And people who you would say from African descent in America that's mixed with European and Native, that they're American, but they're what Americans?
Stop the cap.
What's the name for them?
They're Black Americans.
Right. So when you if you go get citizenship in Kenya, are you now a Black American Kenyan, or are you just Black American living in Kenya?
No.
I'm not gonna get citizenship in Kenya, but
hypothetical
Black
question. Right, you're just Black American. Right. So that's the problem. And we call that paper genocide. So how was Obama, whose father is Kenyan, mother is some European lady, come over here? He just in their language, they're mulatto. You dig? They're colored. But if you want to call himself Kenyan, that's fine. If you want to call himself his mother side, that's okay. But when you say Black, this is your confusion. It's not my confusion. This is your confusion with Black. So you have Black Americans. Are we Black ethnically in America or racially in America?
I think we're Black racially because I don't identify as African.
I don't either. But I asked you about Black. I never said that we're African. I said in America, are we Black ethnically or racially?
I would think racially.
So ethnically, how are we identified?
As Black American.
My God. So it's both, right? You just said one, and now you just said two. And that'd be some of the issue when people call in. It's like, yo, I need y'all to have clear mind. Put the alcohol down, put the marijuana down, put the mushrooms down, put the fentanyl down. Right? Like just talk,
Okay,
call in to have a conversation.
Why you gonna take my medication away now? Come on now, I'm chilling.
Okay, right. I'm saying, but this be the disconnection. People calling it, they're not sober minded. Okay, so now we got that out the way, right? So will Obama be black? So how would he be black in your mind? Would he be black racially or ethnically?
Well, I'm just thinking about white Hispanic and black
So I
Hispanic.
asked you a question, you just talked about something totally different. This is the crazy shit we're dealing with these folks. Okay,
I think he's black racially.
right. So race is a racial construct, something white America came up with late, right? Late in there, late. They came up with race, and racially, he would be, according to you, your answers racially, and race defined. How was race defined? So he's black racially, and how is race defined?
Race. Well, if I was from Africa, I'd be African. If I
How
was
is race defined in America? America, Western white people came up with the social construct race, and it has a definition attached to it. You said Obama was black by way of race, and I'm saying, how does the OMB classify black people as a race?
as African American,
African descent. Okay, got it.
African descent.
So,
Well,
yeah, no wonder you're all confused. You don't even know how these terminologies are placed on people. You just all over the place. Okay, so black people before OMB came up with the racial category and defined it, people of African descent. When we said we were black in the '60s, how did we define our blackness?
we just on our birth certificate, I think it said black or Negro.
How did we? It wasn't there. Okay, we called ourselves black in the 1960s. All right, we were Negro in color before then. We were American Negroes and we were Afro-American. When we said we were black, how did we define black? When James Brown said, "I'm black and I'm proud," black power, all that shit. How did Black Wall Street, black love, black banks, black economics? How did we define black?
What do you mean as a black American?
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So Obama is racially black, right?
Yes.
And who came up with the definition of people being racially black? Was it Kenyans? Was it Africans? Or was it Europeans? White people?
I think it came about in America.
White people, right? White people. Is so the answer white people, or is it what? Well, what's the answer now? Just saying
Uh,
vague shit. So the
I,
answer
I,
is it, huh?
I have no idea who came up with Black American, but
I didn't say black America. I said the racial category, the social construct of race and defining race as people of African descent. Who came up with that? Was that largely white people or Africans?
primarily Europe, white Americans.
According to your studies, do you have any inkling of an African being involved in defining the racial category as African descent?
I haven't studied it, but can I say something?
Okay, no. We're gonna speak to the topic. You got to get off. I got a show to do. It's to the topic. Okay, so I mean, you don't know. So white people. So when white people name you, so white people named people of African descent black. So Kenyans didn't call themselves black before white people came up with the racial category, right?
Correct.
Okay. So when somebody named you something and you didn't name yourself, do you know what that's called?
Is it called colonization? I don't know.
Yeah, is that good when the outside people name you and you don't something you didn't name yourself? Is that good or bad?
Well, white people name Nigerians.
Ma'am, is that good or bad when somebody call you something you didn't call yourself? Is that good or bad?
I guess it's neutral.
So when they call, so okay, when white people call somebody don't call themselves, it don't have no negative connotation. It's neutral, right? It's just no, it's not negative or good. When white people history of calling people shit, do they have a history of calling you something for your own good or something negative?
See, I don't think black is negative. I think
Okay, I didn't.
nigger
That's
is
not the.
negative.
All right, bye. All right. Okay, goodbye. This ain't for you. This conversation ain't for you. Get off. Okay, all right. We're not gonna do that shit. I'm asking about particular specific things, and she keep bringing up random dumb shit. Yeah, this convo ain't for you. Will anybody like to give it a try? that likes to stick to the topic, stick to what I'm talking about, stick to my line of questionings, and then you can say what you want to say afterwards. I'm trying to lay a foundation of how we see black, how you define black. And she's wiggly on purpose. She don't want to be held nowhere, like a damn eel, like a snake. You can't hold her because she's slippery. Oh, wait, I'm asking specific questions. Her crazy smoked out brain, mushroom popping brain goes somewhere else. That's why I don't want to talk to nobody influenced by drugs. Please, if you call in, please be sober minded. God damn, man, is that too much to ask for? If you call in, please be sober minded. All right. Damn, that cannot be that damn hard to ask for. Yeah, man, she's lukewarm. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that, man. I don't want to do that. People have a line of, if you want to click the link and you want to ask me a series of questions, watch how I show you how to do it. Somebody click the link, and if you got a line of questions for me, watch how I answer the questions and don't go into my own fairy tale, narrative. I'm going to answer your line of, I'm going to see, I wonder where you're going, but I'm going to answer the series of questions. That's not a hard thing to do. She kept coming up with her own narrative, her own agenda. Like, what are you doing? You say Obama was black, and I'm getting to the root of why you would think that. I'm letting you know you think that because white supremacy says so. You dig? The white man says so, so it's true. The African man ain't say he was black. White man said it. Okay. Okay. So like look how dumb Bebe is. Bebe says, use your ChatGPT. If you look up ChatGPT, Obama is listed as a black American. Look how dumb this woman is. We didn't even deny that, stupid. I gotta call you stupid because you're behaving stupidly. We didn't deny that. We're saying racially he's black American. What you didn't get, stupid? You're being stupid. Matter of fact, anytime you out for half an hour, so I won't be distracted by your stupid comments. Hey, family, who disagreed with that? We never say he was not black American racially. We're saying white people called him black American racially. The whole point is we're talking about paper genocide, paper oppression, paper erasure. So my thing was, if white people are doing something, classifying something, is normally at least questionable. Who takes white people efforts, action, and automatically say, "Oh, this is for my best, my benefit"? At the very least, it's questionable. And when your questions get answered, then you may take what they have to offer. But at the very least, it's questionable. Nobody said on paper he's not black American. You used ChatGPT incorrectly. You used it vaguely. You didn't use it specifically. Now go ask ChatGPT, is he called black American ethnically or racially? Go ask that question. And watch it, you gonna get back racially. Which why I asked you. No gotchas over here. Matter of fact, hold on. Ain't no gotchas. Let me switch. Let me switch to my phone, okay? Let me switch to my phone. It's time to ride out. All right, all right. Hopefully I can hear. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Make sure my Bluetooth is connected. Okay. Yeah, the Bluetooth should be connected. You're not gonna gaslight me to make me feel like I'm crazy. Trying to switch up. the line of questions. Like, well, you knock it off. That's not gonna work. Give me a second, family. Let me just connect my audio. Make sure I can hear you guys. God damn. Come on. Give me a second. It's like taking forever to do my audio check. Really? Okay. All right, so the audio works. God damn. So nothing was gonna play? All right. What is this? Okay. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Unlisted. God damn, man. So anybody wants to click the link that I got, I believe Obama's black. Like we already know you're a liberal shill. Like we are DNC shill. We had you in already. You make a. I mean, your logic is retarded. You dig? We already had. That's why I asked you. Is this Linda with the lawyer sister that she claims is a lawyer but don't know shit about reparations? Okay. Yeah, all this. My sister was a lawyer, so listen to me bullshit. That does not work. That does not work. All right. Um. Let me get these videos right. Shit. So yeah, you got to stop, man. And that's what we mean by time wasting, but and babblers. Yeah, every time she call in, it's just what she wants to say. It's like no, like okay, I get what's going on. You're bored, maybe lonely, and you want to just rant. You want to vent. Just say that. Just say, hey, I'm Bias Ron. I'm not calling for dialogue. I'm calling for monologue. I just want to vent what I believe was going on or how Obama's black. Just hear me out and I'll hang up. Address me and I'll hang up. Something like that, no problem. But when you stay on the line, on the hotline, I'm thinking you want a dialogue. Like just say, hey, I don't want a dialogue. I want to just say this and hop off. Okay, so family, so periodically I'm going to replay the audio, the Charleston White, the African man confessing that we're black and he understands what we mean. And I'm going to play the Hassan video periodically because as I stay live, different people is going to join the, different people going to join. And the title's the title, the thumbnail's the thumbnail. And they're going to be like, okay, where is the Hassan video? So that's why I'll play it over and over. So we got these tethers over here blasting this fucking bullshit, Afrobeat bullshit. I can't even hear. Okay. Like that's how you have a conversation. I got her to talk. She said Obama's black. Okay, got it. Well, I heard you clear. I said, how do you define black? Well, he's black Kenyan. Okay, I don't make any sense because there's 54 countries and none of them need an adjective. There's no white, pink, yellow Kenyan. It's just or Kenya. It's just Kenya. You dig? So and she admitted, if you from Jamaica, you're Jamaican. You're not black Jamaican. You're not pink Jamaican. You're not rainbow or blank Jamaican. You're just Jamaican. If you come from France, what are you? You're French. You're not white French. You're not pink French. You're just French. But a family to make people black unauthentically, unofficially, they got to make up terminology. That's why when Charleston White, look what Charleston White said that was missed. Hold on, wait till I upload this. I want y'all to catch something that was missed in the conversation. What Charleston White said. That's what that woman did. Okay, hold on. I want y'all to catch what Charleston White caught, what I caught. All right, Pan, hold on. I want to share what Charleston White caught and that I caught that they do. They add stuff in there. Paper genocide. You dig? They are also guilty of paper genocide. You added to it, that's paper genocide. Okay, hold on. My God. Wait a minute. Yeah, this tether is blasting this fucking mute tether music. Hold on. Guy, he's insisting on blasting this fucking old as hell. All right, hold on, family. I know I ain't do that dumb shit. Okay, I didn't think so. All right. All right. I want y'all to catch what Charleston White caught. One second, family. All right. Here we go. Here we are. I got it where I wanted to get it. Okay. Okay, here we are. Bear with me. All right, bear with me. Bear with your brother. It's paper. Yeah. So what she did was she was practicing paper genocide. Okay. She was practicing paper genocide. Let me get my Zoom link together so folks can click that. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh boy. Not trying to be aggravated today with foolishness. I'm speaking about one thing and she talking about something else. It pissed me off with that selected retardedness. Like she's selected retarded. Sometimes she's smart and can talk, have a dialogue. The other time she's retarded. Like she don't get what I'm saying. I call that selected retardation. All right, let me put my, so I got the Zoom link there. Yeah, I gotta ban you from like calling in. Cause it's literally pointless. All right. right, so the Zoom link is there. Here is the shit. I might need something to drink. Fucking with these damn weirdos. Yo, where is I'm trying to type in the chat. I got the chat thing blink. There we go. God damn. Okay. Yeah, maybe I need to call in impaired like them. And then maybe I need to call in impaired like them. And I might have more tolerance. That's the problem. I'm talking to these guys sober and they're not sober. So maybe I need to call in impaired. Make it even. Yeah. That's the cash tab. Let's make it even. That's the cash. Let's make it even. I don't want to be sober either. You dig? And maybe you could call back in, Linda. Once you know what I mean. I'm no longer sober. You feel me? And we can have a fun dialogue. Two impaired people having a discussion and just speaking over each other. Yeah, let's make it even. Yo ass. All right. So the link is there. Anybody want to join the panel, have a dialogue? Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. So I want y'all to catch what Charleston White caught, what she tried to do. Okay. And then I'm gonna actually replay our conversation. And y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Okay. All right. So y'all should see the chat showing, right? So now she said, where's my intro? Oh. So now I already played Deborah Dickerson to y'all, all right? Where she was asked flat out, is Obama black? And she said, no, he's not. And she explained how he's not black. She said he doesn't come from basically U.S. chattel slavery, right? And so to be black is not defined by your skin tone, and to be black is not defined by the whitey man. Being black was defined by Foundation Black Americans in the 1960s. We defined black, and Obama was not in mind. Okay, so I want y'all to catch what Charleston White caught. All these goddamn tethers out here, man. You can't even chill outside.
Hi, Martha.
All right. Yo, that whole blasting music shit loud as that shit played out, man. They always copying our style like 200 years later. All right. First, let's go to Afghan. Now, look what he can acknowledge that this woman claims she couldn't acknowledge.
I first came to the United States, I was fascinated by African Americans. And I'll be honest, I thought we were the same. We look the same, we share ancestors, we share history. No.
All right. Maja Madness, I'm gonna de-rent you until you call in, because you're in the chat saying some ignorant stuff going in, but you're not explaining what it is. So go ahead and click the link. Matter of fact, I'm gonna time you out for half an hour. All right. I'm not gonna have y'all like troll in the chat, because sometimes I give people wrenches by mistake. Like they'll say some on cold stuff. You know, a tether could just simply, like, there's no real requirement for a wrench other than your confession that you're FBA. I'll give you a wrench. Like there's no, I'm not vetting your background. So Maja Madness, if you don't click the link today, you will never get your wrench back, because now I suspect you even being with the lineage, my guy. Like and you've been here, he's been here going off in the chat. I'm looking at your stuff. Oh my God. And that might be her. The problem is most people on earth only learn things from a Rothschild and Rockefeller education. They're unable to see the lies within that system. Okay, well, Will Bill says some interesting stuff right there. Will Bill, very, very, very interesting. Yeah, so damn, yo, my man been trolling for the longest. Yo, Maja Madness is probably, I think because she got hella names. She's Linda, she's Bebe. So I think Maja Madness is Linda. Because I already heard you went on Afro-Elite trolling talking about me. And so if anybody want to know why I'm so hard on her, because I heard what she did. The family were everywhere. Somebody said she went to Afro-Elite channel like trying to badger my name. Okay, try to recap what we talked about and misrepresented me. So I ain't forget about that. Now, this African man had no confusion as to why we call ourselves Black. Listen.
When I first came to the United States, I was fascinated by African Americans. And I'll be honest, I thought we were the same. We look the same, we share ancestors, we share history. No. So I assumed blackness meant the same thing to all of us.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
That was my mistake. Here's the disconnect. For African Americans, blackness comes first, before your job, before your politics, before your city. You are Black all the time. That's how society meets you. That's how history trained you to move.
You heard that? We're Black all the time. We're not just Black in America. We're Black in Canada. We're Black in Australia. We're Black on Mars. You dig? We're Black in heaven. We're Black in hell. Wherever you are, we're Black. That's not the case with Obama. Obama was Black only in America. He was not Black in Kenya. He was Kenyan. He's not Black in London. He's Kenyan over there, or Black Brit, whatever you want to call it. So, which is nothing but a Kenyan man. You dig? These folks are ejecting from their nationality and ethnicity and their tribal affairs to continue this paper genocide against foundation Black Americans. And we're not letting that happen. All right, that's why I got the link right there. So like he just said, we're Black all the time, not Black when we're trying to get DEI benefits.
For Africans, identity works differently. Tribe comes first, then language.
Tribe come first. So Obama's part of his tribe. Then he said language.
Language, then country.
Then so he's Kenyan. So where does he become Black? So tribe comes first, then language, and then nationality. So 3 things. When is he Black?
Now, in America, blackness is like a uniform. You don't take it off.
You see? Black comes first for us. So how are you Black? You Black because a white man said you were. You're Black because a white man said you were. We're Black because we said we are. That's the difference. So we got to hit him with that, family. When did you come Black? Oh, white man said you were. A white man said you were. Well, we're Black because we said we are. A white man call us Black in a positive, endearing, self-respectful way. No, sir. We called ourselves Black like that.
It comes with scars, it comes with memory, it comes with rules you learn early. When to close ranks, when to be careful, when solidarity is not optional. This uniform wasn't chosen, it was earned through survival. And for Africans, this uniform does not make sense at first. So when Africans and African Americans meet in the West, there's an unspoken expectation. We look the same, so we should move the same. But Africans are still reading the world through culture, nationality, or tribe.
I'm Jamaican.
Okay, so now you heard the African man made that very clear. He's non-foundational, but that made so much sense. Now this woman right here says she's Jamaican.
You ain't Black.
Then what am I?
Jamaican.
I'm Black.
You Jamaican.
No.
You Jamaican.
There's a difference, huh?
It's a difference.
Okay, describe the difference.
If I go to your...
What color is my skin?
Okay, so she went to this color skin thing. That's also not why we call ourselves Black. We don't call ourselves Black because of our color of our skin. And Charleston White is going to break that down. Hold on.
What color is my skin?
Yellow.
Okay, and
Got
it
her.
derived from?
Even white derived from black. Even white derived from black. All colors in the color spectrum come from the black. But y'all have been classified as Jamaicans.
When I fill out a paperwork here in the States, it doesn't say
What?
Jamaican anywhere.
You hear that? Paper. Paper. When I fill out a piece of paper, that means I acknowledge I'm Jamaican. I acknowledge my homeland, my language, my culture. All of that is separate and distinctive from you guys. But when it comes to this paper genocide, I'm going to put down you.
All colors in the color spectrum come from the black. But y'all have been classified as Jamaicans.
When I fill out a paperwork here in the States, it doesn't say
What?
Jamaican anywhere.
How can you describe me as being black? You have a name. You're Jamaican.
You're American.
Well, I'm black American.
Okay, I'm black Jamaican.
It don't say that.
You see that? That's what she did. He's black Kenyan. What? Okay, hold on.
You're making something up now.
Here you go. Before, go ahead, brother. So I just want to highlight that even he caught that. A guy who don't we consider? We don't consider him conscious. We don't consider him on code. But he caught. I'm black Jamaican. You just make that shit up.
Yo, hey Ron,
Yes, sir.
I was last weekend. I got some friends. They run and operate a club, right?
Mhm.
Out here in Brooklyn, New York, and the club they operate, they pull they get a lot of patronage from all over the country, and
Okay.
there was a young girl about in her mid-20s that came to get in, and it was her and her friend birthday, and I ended up having a conversation with them, and there was something that transpired between her and another girl, and the other girl was West Indian or whatever, and the girl was like, I don't give a fuck I don't give a F what these bitches talking about. FBA in the building. She was from Sacramento, California.
Oh wow.
She was from Sacramento, California, bro. And it made me look, and I stopped in my tracks when I heard her say that, and I looked at her, and I nodded my head at her. But it made me say, these people don't know what's going on. This is in the streets, bro.
Wow. But they claim it's online only, right?
Exactly. That's what, exactly. So this is relevant to the conversation here, right? Like in this video, you see them trying to make stuff up with somebody that's not even on code. With somebody that's not even on code, really. And he's like, you making that up.
Right. Right.
Bro, it's getting serious. It's getting real. When I say serious, I mean to the point where you're gonna start seeing the average FBA in the street flagging it. I'm FBA, what's up? What you got? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. And one more thing I wanted to say. I happened to be on USA's he did a live yesterday. And him and American Dream was talking dirty about you, bro.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
I said, oh man, they over here talking dirty about my man Ron. But they corny
Yeah, I
over
mean,
there.
well, I mean, of
Mhm.
course, I mean, nobody respects people who just complain about other people. Like when I first of all, they had their chances. They had multiple chances. They over here. They got documentation. We debated, we argued, we dialogued several times. Right? They can't go to no videos where they made sense, or they cooked me and I was wrong, but I got that for them. I got that for them. Now they're hanging together. Jamaican Dream had said systemic racism does not exist. You know why he said that? Because he right. Okay, now watch this. How could I, as a Black Foundation American man, or whatever you want to call yourself, ADOS, a Martian, Ninja Turtle, how could you align yourself with a foreigner who just told you systemic racism does not exist?
Facts.
Okay, so that is the absolute low, because that is what white supremacists say. They say it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Stop complaining like you guys are just failing. So when you make that claim, you're saying all of what you see in Black America is our own doing. White
Not
supremacy
even
has
just that.
nothing, no hand involved at all.
He goes farther than that. Yesterday, he was trying to make the argument that we're the white man has chosen to bring over Africans and Caribbean because they're willing to do the things we're not willing to do as it relates to building building America and engaging in the process, the political, economic, and educational process, and assimilating properly. And I'm like, this is white supremacist conversation. And then I was saying to myself, I'm gonna refer to him the same way that you do, Jamaican Dream. I used to communicate with this dude as well, and I stopped because I realized this: it doesn't matter what you show him as facts. If it doesn't align with what he wants to believe, he's not jacking it. So he's not in the space where he is because he knows what he knows. He's in the space because that's what he wants to believe. So he is, I dare to say, he's aligned. He's willingly and knowingly aligned with white supremacy. Here's the thing: if I show him, historically speaking, right, a foundational Black Americans, right, assisted in building America literally as slaves and as freedmen. When you start getting literally into building the capital, the U.S. Capitol, building the physical infrastructure, unlike what people like to believe about the Chinese, foundational Black Americans built the majority of the railroad system via convict leasing. If you just do a little research, they'll show you that. And we built most of the railroad system from east throughout the South and Midwest. The telegraph communication systems, we physically built it because nobody else wanted to do it. It was very dangerous. We built the telegraph system. We made up the majority of the first mail system, the Pony Express mail system, when the mailing system was built. We built various the higher learning institutions. Anything you can name it, we were there. We participated in building, not just from a physical, hard labor, low labor standpoint, right? Some of these people were the surveyors of the land before they started doing anything. Some of these individuals were architects. The point being made, I can show Jamaican Dream all of that information, and it still doesn't change his mind. He's going to say, we didn't build America. The white man and immigrants built America. Although he can't show you no institution en masse that these immigrants built. En masse, you can't show me no institutions that immigrants built as it relates to building America. I'm not talking about adding on to America or what was already built. I'm talking about building it from the ground up, because that's what it means. When you say built America, that means nothing was here. We transformed this place and this space into what it is. I'm not saying immigrants didn't add on, but Jamaican Dream, you can show him all of this information. Guys like him, people with tether-like thinking, they are willingly and knowingly aligning themselves with white supremacy talking points because that's what they want to believe. No matter, so I don't even think that we should be engaging and trying to change their minds. I think we should be in a state, and I think we should be in a state in where if you ain't getting down, you're just getting rolled over, and we don't care what you think about it.
Yeah, so we've been on that. He tried to join yesterday, and I didn't let him join. So we've been on that. Him, revenue, a whole bunch, all these tethers. We've been on that. Now I explained the different type of tethers. I said you got some tethers who are fake Pan-Africans like Tether New, and you got tethers who are Republican conservatives. So I explained the difference in ideology. Okay, so a tether that's a Pan-African, they won't outright deny systemic racism and the harms that white people done to black Americans in the past and the present. They won't deny that. They just want to sell us out to Africa. And all right. Now, tether Republican conservative, they'll outright deny systemic racism altogether. Right. So in all the examples you bring over policing, this, that, they'll deny it and just say outright it's fake. So what I did was, I don't know if you was around or not, but what I did was I debated. So that's why I say for some people it's about experience. I keep trying to tell people. When Hassan said battle tested, he's talking about some homo stuff. Yeah, I'm not battle tested like that. But when you talk about battle tested in intelligence and conversations with those who are against the lineage, I'm really battle tested when it comes to that. So so a lot of their talking points, you can see exactly who is who and who isn't, right? And so I debated on here for an hour, 24 minutes. I actually showed the AI judge on who won the debate. I showed myself debating a foundational Black American Republican conservative. Okay, so now, like you said, they don't have a rebuttal for really nothing. It's just a white man said it and I believe him, right? A Charlie Kirk, Louder, Stephen Crowder said it, or even Thomas Sowell, Larry Elder, a coon said it, so I believe him. So I ran our arguments through AI, and AI said I won by a landslide, wasn't even close. Like some rounds he got 0 points, and AI said he had no defense. It just, I don't believe you. Like, so he just shrugged my information to the side as, I know what you said, I heard you read, I heard what you proved. I don't care, I don't believe it. So we already know that. So a lot of times, I don't never have conversations to change somebody's mind. I have conversations with people to show my people, look at these guys. See, I already know they're not gonna change their mind. The chat doesn't know that. The chat think there's a glimpse of hope somewhere. So what I do is I have these conversations with these guys for the chat to see for themselves. Like, yo, they have an agenda. Okay, they're on payroll or whatever it is that they're doing. I highly doubt it's for free. Like who becomes that delusional for free? You know, there's something to gain there. Okay, whether it's status, money, inclusion, something is there where you're trying to gain something. The chaotic truth. I also had a conversation with chaotic truth. He's another. He's what is he? He's like he's African, but he's also a Republican tether. He came over here. Same art. Yeah.
Hold on for a second. He was on the live with them yesterday, and he was talking as if he was a foundational Black American because he was saying he was talking about Africans, so to speak, but he was talking about Africans as if he was othering them.
Okay, so let me explain that. Try to get Jamaican Tether to admit he's Jamaican.
Okay.
Try to get Tether New to admit he's Jamaican. I'll wait. So also chaotic truth. He will not admit he's African. Now he may say he got African genetics. Like he tried to take our position, but he's literally like a second gen, first gen African. Like he's literally like his brother. His brother and uncle is from Africa.
His brother and uncle from Africa?
Yeah, so he's not one of us at all. His dad from Africa. So he's like first, second gen African. Like he has recent, if he does a DNA test, it's going to show
he's
90. Yeah, right. And also it's going to show his genealogy. It's going to show his father just got here yesterday type shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I got same thing when I debated him. No, matter of fact, he said like that's the humble he has ever been in his life. And also when he came on here, it was me and Tiger Crane Shakir. Because he got at him too. He cooked him too. When he left his channel, now this was last year. when he left my channel, he didn't say one thing about FBA for like almost like 6 months straight after what we did to him. He took FBA out of his mouth completely for about 6 months. I showed the video. I showed his channel to my chat. I said, look, no, everything was about his regular talking points. He left the FBA topic alone. Now, recently, he got back into it. I guess the views are drying up. So he got back into the space now. But he, Jamaican Dream, the Tether News, I call it, you said a dot guy, his channel is BSIA. I call it Bullshit in America. So we got that guy. Like, all of them had their chance. None of them could run nothing through AI and say that they won or had made great points. Nothing. So people can delude themselves and get together and become this ultimate tether group. Doesn't matter. There's nothing on record to show where they were right and I was wrong. They don't have no video, no audio they can play in context because BSAI, he likes to chop up the videos. And do you know when we debated, he did a reaction and he didn't even like finish playing my points. So he like omitted a lot of things and shortened my argument. And do you know AI still said I won?
He got into it with Jamaican Dream yesterday because Jamaican Dream wanted to use AI to prove a point, and he said that's wrong shit. That's not our shit. That's wrong shit. He says AI says you. He said AI supposedly said, I'm not saying he's wrong or not. I don't know, but he said AI supposedly says you cannot use it to what he said to I guess to fact check or something like that. Right.
Okay. So, all right. So
that don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me.
Well, hold on. So let me explain that better. So where he's trying to he's misappropriating AI, just like people misappropriate the DNA test. So you got to understand, like people misrepresent things for what they don't do. Like a DNA test is not there to tell you you're African. Okay, but but if you let a Pan-African explain DNA test, they'll tell you it's there to tell you you're African. You did.
Facts.
So right. So now when it comes,
I'm sorry.
Right, yeah, because I think you were the first to say that over here, and I didn't believe you.
Fact. That's how we got into it.
It was way back when I was in Georgia, actually, before I came to Jersey. Okay, and it really was. I didn't really let you explain yourself because I was triggered already by people who misrepresent things already. So I'm like, okay, he's another one coming here to misrepresent something for the agenda. So I really didn't give you a chance to even explain what you were saying. I just shut you down immediately because again, I was triggered. Like, I mean, I'm used to people misrepresenting stuff for their own agenda. But you were right. You were absolutely right where you were going, and I was wrong. Now, BSIA didn't do that. BSIA is misrepresenting what ChatGPT is for, and not just ChatGPT, because you got other AIs out there. All right. So now you can ask, because if you ask ChatGPT, are they qualified to judge a debate, and then ask them to say why, explain why they qualify. They'll tell you, the AIs will tell you that they're using the rules and judgments of any debate realm, school, any debate scenery is judging it off that. What do I mean? Is judging it on evidence. If you say something, did you apply it? Because what ChatGPT is not going to do is apply the evidence for you. So now if I say the earth is flat and I argue with a guy who says it's round, if the guy who says it's round don't support the evidence, or is ignorant to physics, to chemistry, and is making bad arguments, and the flat earther supports the argument better, the AI gonna say the flat earther one, because it's about argument. It's about argumentation. It's not about. So now what AI does not do is go into opinions. Like, for example, like let's say the best strategy for reparations, whether you say, hey, we're gonna sue the federal government first, and you say, no, we're gonna sue all these institutions who have a legacy of slavery and blah blah blah. AI gonna say tomato tomato, because AI is gonna say, because AI point is, well, we don't know. You got to try them both. Now we know, right? So that's what AI gonna do, right? So AI gonna say both are unproven models. So it's gonna say try them both out. Let's see. So AI is about documentation and rules. So me and you right now, we debate right now, and our rule is that we can't say the letter T at all. Like we
Okay.
can't start off. We can't start off a word with letter T. If we do, you lost that argument. Okay. Now, if you say the, AI gonna say It's gonna say based off our rule that we agreed to, you lost. No matter how frivolous the
Yeah.
argument was, you lost. Okay.
It follows the pattern of.
Listen, they know that. It's 1,000 excuses why people, uh, you know, say different things. Knock it off. Okay, and okay, so where is the Swazi? Okay, paper genocide. What am I talking about? What am I talking about when I say that? All right, for one, you have the term paper genocide. Okay, it refers to the systematic erasure of a people's identity through bureaucratic and administrative means rather than physical violence, right? This concept was first applied to the experience of indigenous Americans, particularly in the context of the United States Census and other official documentation. So, for indigenous Americans, paper genocide occurred through several mechanisms. One, census reclassification. Beginning in the late 19th century, census takers were instructed to categorize people of mixed indigenous and European or African ancestry as mulatto or Negro rather than indigenous. Then you had the blood quantum laws, right? This imposition of blood quantum requirements for tribal recognition, particularly through the Dawes Act of 1887, effectively excluded many people with indigenous ancestry from legal recognition as indigenous. Then you have termination policies. In the 1950s and 1960s, the U.S. government implemented termination policies that officially recognize some tribes as no longer existing, legally erasing their identity. Number four, adoption practices, the widespread adoption of indigenous children by non indigenous families, particularly through the Indian Adoption Project, uh, severed cultural and legal connections to indigenous identity. And that's something that I gotta look into more often. That one right there, the adoption thing. That is something that I gotta put more research behind. Because I know it's not saying what I think it's saying. Because the way it's coming off as like white people adopted indigenous people and said, hey, since I'm the adopted parent, I'm owed something. That'd be wild. Anyway, I'm going to find out in a second. In the early 1900s, specifically in states like Virginia, officials like Walter Plecker, we heard that name a lot, the first register of Virginia's Bureau of Vital Statistics, orchestrated a systematic reclassification of indigenous Americans, right? The mechanisms. Oh, oh yeah. Okay. I remember. Hold on. And now I remember now. 1 second. I don't want to miss this out. It's going to be right over here somewhere. Racial. 1 second. I remember erasing something by mistake, and I asked myself to not forget to put it back. And I think I came across it. The mechanism. I think. Yeah, right here. 1, 2. It was 4 over here. Yeah, the mechanism. So what was? I guess I'll do that later. Walter Plecker, right? So the mechanism, the Racial Integrity Act of 1924, recognized only two categories, white and colored. Plecker instructed clerks to reclassify birth and marriage records of indigenous people as Negro or colored. Plecker instructed clerks to reclassify birth marriage records of indigenous people as Negro or colored. The motive to enforce the one drop rule by erasing the Indian category on paper, the state could deny indigenous sovereignty. Okay, seize land and ensure that anyone with a hint of non-white ancestry was subject to Jim Crow laws. Okay, so it effectively KILLED, right? The indigenous person on paper. So it deleted the indigenous person on paper, making it nearly impossible for tribes to prove their continuous existence for federal recognition decades later. These administrative practices effectively erased indigenous identity from official records, creating a paper genocide that complemented the physical genocide of colonization, right? The comparison between historical indigenous paper genocide and the modern classification as Black people, right? What I call paper dilution of inclusion alongside Black Americans raises important questions about identity recognition and the preservation of distinct historical experiences. So paper dilution of inclusion involves reclassification systems. The U.S. Census and other official documents typically categorize all people of African descent, regardless of national origin, under the single racial category of Black or African American, right? Uh, Then you got number two, erasure of national distinctions. This classification system erases important distinctions between Black Americans, descendants of American slavery, and recent immigrants from Africa or the Caribbean. Number three, statistical obscuring. The grouping of all of us together, Black Americans and immigrants, makes it difficult to track the specific experiences, challenges, and achievements of different subgroups within what they call the racial population or the race population in America. Give me 1 second. Let me just. One second. All right. So group me up all this. Okay. So then you have cultural assimilation. Number 4, cultural assimilation pressure. The classification system creates pressure for African and Afro immigrants to assimilate into the existing Black American cultural and political identity rather than maintaining distinct identities, right? So here are the similarities between paper exclusion and paper dilution of inclusion, right? They both involve administrative erasure. Both occur through bureaucratic means rather than overt violence. They both deal with identity flattening. Both reduce complex identities to simplify categories that serve administrative convenience. Okay, both deals with historical obscuring. Both make it more difficult to track and acknowledge distinct historical experiences. And then they both deal with power dynamics. Both reflect the power of the dominant white T group to define and categorize marginalized groups. Okay. So that's what they mainly have in common, paper genocide, those of indigenous people with paper dilution of inclusion. Okay. So the key differences, right? One, the intent, right? The paper genocide of indigenous people was often explicitly intended to erase indigenous identity, all right? And claims to land and sovereignty. And then you got the paper dilution of inclusion. That was the extension of Black to immigrants, right? And that is likely the result of dilution, right, by means of inclusion. And that is to neutralize Black American identity. Let me just add that there. Oh, okay. Give me a second. I'm just correcting any and all typos. One second. Mhm. Okay. So the classification of immigrants as Black alongside us Black Americans create challenges for preserving Black Americans' distinct historical experience in America. This is all on paper, paper dilution of inclusion. So we're dealing with statistical dilution. When immigrants are grouped together with us, Black Americans, it becomes more difficult to track the specific outcomes. We're talking about policy implications, policies designed to address the specific legacy of American slavery and Jim Crow may become less targeted when applied to a broader Black race population that includes recent immigrants. Then we're talking about cultural erasure, the unique cultural contributions of Black Americans developed within specific contexts of American slavery and segregation may be overlooked or undervalued, right? So a comparison between historical indigenous paper genocide and today's inclusion paper genocide compared with paper dilution of inclusion, right, of immigrants to classify them as Black, right? So this is a fair comparison. This ain't gaslighting. This ain't that. This is a fair comparison in that both involve the erasure of distinct identities through administrative means. Both phenomena reflect the power of the dominant group to define and categorize marginalized group. All right. The paper genocide of indigenous Americans was part of a deliberate project of land theft and cultural destruction. The classification of Afro immigrants as black is more likely the result of administrative convenience as well and existing racial categories. The paper genocide of the early 20th century and the paper inclusion of dilution of inclusion of the early 21st century both utilize administrative labeling, right? Both deals with administrative labeling as a tool to flatten distinct histories and dissolve specific legal claims. So this is important when people try to play down us delineating. Oh, we all the same. Oh, we all, if a cop pull us all over, it's like, okay, why are you gaslighting me? Okay, let's say if that's true. Let's say if that is true. A cop pull us over and mistake all of us. What does that mean? Does that mean we no longer are due reparations? That means that we all need to be part of this this black race that includes billions of people. Like, what does that mean? That means we don't have the right to delineate because a white man thinks we're the same. Like, yeah, yo, y'all crazy. Y'all are in love with white people naming you and white people perspective or world perspective. That don't mean nothing to us. A white man opinion, it doesn't validate who we are. That's how you guys think. You guys think you guys put too much in a white man's opinion. Us black Americans, we don't give a damn about that. Okay? That's you guys. A white man pull us over. They think we are the same. Yeah, but a white man opinion ain't that to us. It's not that to us. It's that to you. So in both cases, family, paper genocide for indigenous people and paper and dilution of inclusion for us, both cases, the PEN, is used to erase what the people remember. All right. This is big right here. So the current classification of all people of African descent under the generic race category of black function as a modern version of this erasure. That's what I'm trying to point out. So the U.S. Census and institutional data collection, like we're talking about DEI, hospital records, university admissions, use black, BLACK, as a racial catch-all, right? This group's Black American, right? Our lineage was forged through 300, our lineage was forged through 400 years of U.S. chattel slavery and Jim Crow, with recent voluntarily immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean. Okay. Administrative and political convenience. It allows institutions to meet diversity quotas without addressing the specific debt owed to Foundation Black Americans, those who ancestors were considered freedmen, right? So lineage erasure, all right? Paper lineage erasure. When a Nigerian or Ethiopian professional succeeds, their data is used to suggest that black people are doing fine, black people with quotations, right? So their success pretends that we're doing fine. Like we're lying about, white folks is discriminating and blah blah blah. Well, you guys doing fine. By a handful of Nigerians over here, right? And that actually masks the stagnant wealth and systemic exclusion of our Black American population, right? So this comparison you guys should make, right? So again, when you do a lot of research, you start to come up with your own conclusions. This is the behavior and pattern of thorough researchers. I came up with black. I said we the only black people. I got the strongest argument online, right? On the net. And now I'm saying I think I'm the first person to say to tie paper genocide with Black Americans, but I like to reword it because we're not really being excluded. We're suffering from unauthorized inclusion. Okay. That's the thing over here. So whether you're talking about paper genocide or you're talking about paper dilution of inclusion, they both are tactics that involve bureaucratic elimination of a claim. All right. So one is erasing the creditor. In the 1920s, if there was no Indians on paper, and that's in the quotations, that's what they're being called. All right. If there were no in the 1920s, if there were no Indians on paper, there was no one to claim the land. Clever. In 2026, if there are no freedmen on paper, only a generic black race, there is no specific group to whom the government owes a lineage debt for slavery, Jim Crow, and the continuous harms, right? So we're talking about the success weapon. Just as Walter Plecker argued that Indians were just Negroes trying to escape their place, right? Modern critics often use the success of African immigrants to argue that we, FBA, our struggles are a matter of culture or choice rather than a 400-year wealth debt theft. You will hear racist Republican conservatives use that talking point, and a lot of conservative tethers will say that. Well, no, look at the individuals of African, immigrants, the immigrant class over here in America doing okay for themselves. Therefore, you're lying. Racism does not exist. Therefore, you're lying about housing discrimination and job discrimination and this discrimination and that exclusion. You're lying because a handful of booty scratching tethers got a job. You see, that's how they try to gaslight us and undermine that our cause has not been addressed, or because a handful of African tethers got a job. And by doing that, they're hiding our specific needs. So today, merging us, Black Americans, and immigrants, right, their data, it hides the $158,000 wealth gap between the two groups. So this is why the movement for delineation is so urgent. It is a direct countermeasure to paper dilution of inclusion. Okay, so we are not asking for a new race like some people lie. Oh, you guys creating a new race. You creating a new lineage. No, we not. We are asking for the restoration of our specific lineage in the data. So you cannot fix a specific crime with a generic check. If you don't delineate, right, the black quote unquote category, you are essentially continuing the work of Walter Plecker, white man, by using a pen to finish what the whip started. So paper genocide was used to make the Indian disappear so the state could take the land. Paper dilution of inclusion is used to make the freedmen disappear so the state and introduce black so the state can keep the money for our labor, sweat, and tears. Both are administrative magic tricks designed to turn a specific creditor into a generic minority. Paper genocide is often used to describe how governments reclassify or erase identities in official records, disrupting tribal status, land claims, or legal recognition. Reduce populations on paper, even if people still existed physically. Okay? So there were policies that affected identity through paperwork. For example, you got the allotment, you got the Dawes Act of 1887 that broke up tribal land, required enrollment lists. People left off rolls lost recognition. Okay, so when y'all see me debating and arguing with these idiots, these are people who are supporters of paper genocide when it comes to Black Americans, right? They're allowing, or they have no problem with people being included into Black as a race, which is diluting, right? Black as an ethnicity. We're 43 million. Okay, we're strong and we are old and we're a lineage. And what we're arguing is a lineage-based claim. We're not arguing a race-based claim, but if we're Black as a race and so is recent immigrants, then we can't argue for nothing. We can't argue nothing in Black. Let's throw that right away, because race includes everybody African descent, and this is literally the tether Pan-African argument. Their argument is literally, if Africans can't tether on, get access to what's owed to us, then nobody should get paid. Listen.
The California Commission, I love what they wrote in their 400 or either 400 or 500 page document as a result of it. The problem I have with the California Commission is that it yielded to this idea of lineage-based reparations.
So this guy, this is Dr. Raymond Wimbus. I actually had his book. I bought his book on reparations way before an ADOS existed or FBA, because I thought this was, who knew? Who knew that he was a Pan-African? Who knew he was aligned with NCOBRA? And who knew he was throwing the lineage in the trash as far as our claim for reparations by arguing a race-based reparations, which is nothing. You can't argue reparations on behalf of race. When you say race, you're talking about everybody who is grouped up with you. And the people who are grouped up with us are people from the Caribbean, people from Africa, 54 countries, thousands of islands, all have access to reparations that's owed for us. Yeah, of course, that's never going to fly in court. So these guys, he just said he has a problem with lineage-based reparations, and he's for race-based, which literally means an L, you lose. And this is why these guys are called elders. Elders, as far as L, that stands the capital L for losers. These are elders, they're losers, because they argue things that cannot win. They stay taking L's. So they're elders.
There are this group, and you named the foundational Black Americans, as well as this group, ADOS, the American descendants of slaves, who believe that the only people entitled to reparations in this country are those who can trace their lineage directly to enslavement. There was a 5-4 vote to accept lineage-based reparations in the state of California on the commission. I disagree with that. I think that reparations should be race-based. I think that Black people in all of their walks of life.
Black people in all their walks of life. Remember, he's using Black as a race. He's not using it as an ethnicity. So family, y'all gotta get used to that. When these Pan-African artists say Black, they're not exclusively talking to you. They're talking about you and everybody of Africa descent in the motherland and everybody of African descent in the Caribbean. Okay?
Which is getting reparations for all African people on
Told you.
Thing. So
yeah, this lineage-based reparations, which ADOS, and I understand they used another name in California.
The Freeman.
Yeah, because that ADOS name is being discredited. The Freeman, my butt. So you're going to go on lineage-based reparations, which is designed to further the objective of ADOS and others that you have to be born here to get reparations. Well, what does born here mean? We all came.
So they are literally playing in your face. Oh, you got to be born in America to get reparations. No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying you got to be from the lineage. Okay, you have a lot of non-FBAs who are born in America who don't qualify, but they are so upset that reparations is narrowly tailored. It have to be. Like, what is the obsession with allowing people to stick their hand out and receive benefits for something that's specifically for harmed people or harmed class of people, and these guys were not harmed? What is the obsession with giving money and resources to people who were not harmed at all? What is that about? I be trying to find reasons why they're into that. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, what kind of scam is this? Like, what deal you made with the devil that Africans gotta get paid for something that didn't involve them? Like, what is your cut in that? Like, what's up with this?
From Africa or the Caribbean or somewhere else, but usually Africa and the Caribbean. So this is designed to exclude anyone that can't prove that they came from where. Because if you come from Africa, you didn't come from here. You know,
Right.
And further,
Right. What is the problem with that? What is the problem with a specific claim that's for people who were injured? Yeah, they are really upset that what the
furthermore, it also
included under your definition.
right, and it also divides black people.
Shit. Now remember, they say black people, they're talking about black Americans and Africans globally. Okay, keep in mind they're using black as an umbrella term, which I hate.
Imagine one person who was born or mother was born in Jamaica and then they were born here in the United States. They don't get reparations. This whole lineage based stuff is just confusing.
Black Americans and Africans globally. Okay, keep in. But you heard it for yourself. They have an issue with lineage based reparations. These old fools that people will call elders, EELDERS. I call them elders, L standing for losers, apostrophe DERS. They're elders in that way, L apostrophe, not ELDERS. I mean, sat here and playing your face, or made crying. Why can't Africans who were not harmed collect a check on behalf of you being harmed? That's literally what they're arguing. Like, why would we voluntarily get finessed? Like, I'm just lost on that one. Why would we voluntarily get finessed? Like, can somebody make sense out of that? So allow people to collect on our behalf who didn't experience what we experienced. I mean, listen, this ain't like you can't really pay us for what we did for this country and how we were abused. You really can't pay. You can't pay us a dollar amount for that. But we're finding a way to make a dollar amount out of it. And you want to sit here and tell us that we owe Africans who sold us some of that dollar amount, who haven't experienced the harm, who are responsible for the harm? Yeah, yeah. Like, are we being punked? Oh man. James Parker said they are lazy and want free stuff. I agree, bro. Let me give you a lineage wrench. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and dig all that good stuff. It's sad. Sad. Let me see something. Yeah, it's really sad that people are really fighting for us to be scammed, basically. And these guys supposed to be FBA elders. Now you see why I don't buy into the elder stuff. Okay, let me read a super chat by Desiree sent some lineage love in the form of a super chat. Desiree B said every time that woman calls in, she's a ball of confusion and annoyance. Thanks for dropping her. Yeah, you know what? I did not really understand that was Bebe. And like her, because it's almost like she's bipolar. Like one time she called in and she was fine. You know, like you said, most of the time she called in, she'd be on some weird stuff. But one day she called in and she was like normal as hell. It's like she took her medicine. And that's why I encourage people, take your medicine before you call in. And or if you're not on medication, then get off of self-medication. So get off of self-medication is what I tried to say. Tongue twister. Get off stop self-medicating. Get off the drugs, basically. I'm just in a nice way. When I say self-medicate, I'm trying to say it in a nice way. Stop. When you call in, be sober. Okay. If if you got substance problems, try to call in sober. Or if you take if you take medication, take your medication. But I don't advise you guys to call in, addicted to your your substance. Foundation Black American says, "Man, you too damn rude. You scaring people like you talking to a child. That's why a lot of people don't come up." Well, okay. Now I know that name is a tether cosplaying. Okay, there's no way as a Foundation Black American. A family. Rude ain't just people yelling or using cuss words in frustration. Rude is people playing in your face, gaslighting, straw manning you, ad hominem. Yeah, rude ain't just. Don't fall for that. Rude ain't just people getting angry. I try to talk to everybody with class and respect. I meet energy with energy, and not everybody that's going to disrespect you going to be yelling at you. Some people disrespect you with taking the seriousness out of the conversation, wasting your time. That's also disrespect. So no. Like I said, I know that name is fake because if it's real, you would click the link. So tethers can make up FBA names too. All right. So let me block that person. And if you are really foundational, you'll click the link and explain your argument. No, I'm not gonna respect anybody who's disrespecting us. I don't gotta be nice. Just like Tariq Nasheed don't have to be serious. A lot of times he admits that he's Mr. Petty. So no, we don't gotta be one way. We don't gotta be one way. I'm different. I'm gonna cuss your ass out if you disrespect me and my lineage. I'm not being politically correct. Sometimes, if I feel like it, I will be politically correct. But a lot of times, most times, I'm gonna cuss your ass out for disrespecting the lineage. What's up, Suburban Swerving?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, bro, that's a good point. And I was gonna say, man, like, yo, that's a white supremacist tactic, man. And I think other people are picking this shit up, like, because you see it in different places. Like you see it with, with the foreigners when they try to gaslight you and shit. But you really see it like starting to see that shit among the gender war. Like you start to see chicks doing that shit.
Right.
They'll play in your face like, make a statement that goddamn well is gonna piss them off. Any
Yeah.
grown man with any grown man with some scruples about himself, you say certain things to him, it's gonna rub them the wrong way, especially coming from a female. So then they get on TV
Right.
and they say that shit, and then you crash out or you take it there on them, and then it's see, this is how they act. That's
Right.
the type of what I mean. Matter of fact, I just seen a video. It was this dude, uh, and apparently he does this a lot. I can't remember his name. This white guy. He got one of those. He got one of those Mario mustaches, like a handlebar mustache.
Okay.
But he goes around and he goes in public and he just start. He'll find black people or he'll find anybody melanated to and just start antagonizing. Start calling them monkeys and all this other kind of shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but that's a tactic, man. So that's a
Right.
gaslighting tactic,
Right.
man. And
Right.
I used to go to school with them, bro. I went to Catholic school, and man, bro, they'll make you hurt them, bro, because they do shit like that. Like that's what they do. They try to get you out your bag. So then, as soon as as soon as you put them in a figure four leg lock, they want to say, oh shit, this how they act. This how they act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look at them. They're savages. So it's
Right.
all a
Right. Yeah.
grift, bro. It's all a grift, bro. Like, and the situation that you're in, you know what I'm saying? Like you. So I personally think like I like the school of Jason Black. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you're more along those lines because it's like, yo, this is the line we walk, and it's like you go to any other. For instance, like you from the Nation of Islam, so but you can't go over there playing with them. You're not about to
Nah,
go
I
over
don't
there
know.
playing with, you know what I mean? You're not about to go playing with the Hebrew Israelites. You're not about to go playing with, 5%ers. I come from,
Right.
I come from the Masonic school. You're not gonna play with us at all. So it's like when we start talking about, certain things, and like when it deals with I guess lineage or spirituality. Everybody think uh it's supposed to be pleasant. But that's the thing, this shit ain't pleasant. It'll never be pleasant. It never was
Right.
pleasant.
This is
Like,
real life. Yeah, it's real
yeah,
life.
yeah, we own some like the Crusades. Man, the Crusades wasn't pleasant. You know what I'm saying? These Christians was going all over the world, slaughtering, killing folks, snatching,
But yeah,
grabbing, raping, pillaging.
the white man isn't pleasant. Life isn't pleasant. Look, the arresting officer, he comes to arrest you in peace. Like, who the hell wants to be angered, right? When people are online or in person, we want to like be cool and calm. Who want to ruin their day on a fool, right? So when an officer comes to arrest you, he want to arrest you and go about his business, go to his family. He don't want no maniac act. Oh, I ain't going to jail alive. Like, who wants to deal with now? He got to shoot you or get shot at, and now he going home with that on him now. Now he promised his daughter he'll take her here, but he just got shot at, heart racing. You did over some foolishness. He's like, listen, we ain't going. I'm sorry, we ain't
And
going to Chuck E. Cheese.
and real cap, even and when it come to dealing with that kind of shit, like like even with the police, bro, like people when motherfuckers start gaslighting you, you're being gaslighted. So don't do them the favor and
Right.
crash, but you can very, very easily, like I remember one time we had Revenue on here. He said some stupid shit, and I just said, I told you, man, don't answer that shit because there's certain things that don't even involve our attention and our energy. Because bro, you gonna take it there. Like man, I was at Home Depot, standing in line, right? It's a whole line full of people. Now I'm in Florida, right? Old ass white man come step right in front of me, the whole line, and go straight to the kiosk.
Mm.
Bro, I stepped up to he at the kiosk. I'm like, I asked him before I went crazy. I asked him, I said, yo, did you not see us? Then he like, man, I've been waiting. Bro, I must have scanned everything sitting on that counter. Gum wrappers. I scanned so much shit on it. Bro, I scanned the whole every little item that they try to impose by you was on his
Right.
fucking tab. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I scanned everything. So now he trying to get it off. He can't get the shit off the screen. So now he got to call for help. And it's like, nigga,
Right.
now you got to wait like everybody else, but you could have
Right.
just
Right.
waited in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So some
Yeah.
people you
Oh
got
my
to teach them
God.
their lesson, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like all
Yeah.
things are
Oh my
not
God.
meant to
That shit
be,
bothers me. Yeah.
bro. If he had been younger, I probably would have went in on him, like
Mm.
went in his mouth, pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just what it is, bro. The grift is real. We're in that. I call the 2000s the year of the gas, the generation of the gaslight, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's just what it is. Everybody's trying to clout chase. Everybody's trying to beat big one up. Everybody want to try to make it seem like they better. It's just like it's a bunch of shallow shit, man, and I hate it, bro. Like, but it is
Yeah.
what it is. Like, you know,
If I would have been nice to her, if I wouldn't have been rude, like, so look, I asked her. Oh, first of all, she said like I just played a video of Deborah Dickerson in 2007 saying Obama ain't black, and the white host, the white man, acknowledged the roars of the black population. He acknowledged the black population is saying Obama did not live the black experience. So the white man, the host, and the black strong woman, FBA woman, both acknowledged to be black is exclusive to FBAs, right? It don't go to Obama. Like, they acknowledge he has a Kenyan dad and a white mom. He's foreign. They both acknowledged that 10 years before NADOS or FBA.
You know,
There's
it's
no
funny
confusion between both of them.
yeah, and it's funny that the so-called racist party is honoring your autonomy.
Right.
Where
Right.
the
shocked us. Yeah,
so-called
we like, oh shit.
yeah, and the so-called party that is supposed to be your I guess I want to say your aid, your benefactor. They going against the grain like it's like
Oh my
everything we
God.
do, everything we ask for, they go against it 100%.
Right. Yep.
So it's
Yep.
like, what in the fuck is going on, bro? Excuse my language, Ron, but it's like,
and then look, they go against it and then get mad at you if you acknowledge the other party for siding with you. They try to gaslight you then. Oh, you MAGA, you MAGA. Say, wait a minute.
and it's like,
You're
but it's
supposed to be
almost like at
siding
this
with
point,
me.
yes, and it's almost like at this point, well, yeah, I am, because you niggas,
Right, yeah.
You know, it's like, so you gotta really have a grip and an understanding on what you standing on, like, you know what I'm saying? Out here, I was telling my sons this yesterday, man. You have to be whatever you standing on is what you stand on. Like, you gotta
Right.
be 100% focused on what it is that you doing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
people will try to take shit that you doing out of context. You know what I'm saying? You could be in your life, living your life, doing what it is best for you, and then they will swear that it's attack on them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so, you know, it's just what it is, bro. We live in that era, and I'm just gonna be real, man. Niggas are soft out here, bro. It's a world of soft motherfuckers, man.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
And look, let me respond to the lovely
Go ahead.
lady
Yeah, my
black
bad. Yes, sir.
lady black butterfly. She said we got to be careful we don't react emotionally. So let me just say this to lovely lady, and for anybody, because some men be saying that if you're not emotional, you're not human. If you're not emotional, you're a savage. Emotions are human. Okay, every human being is going to laugh, cry, get angry, all that type of stuff. So yes, yes, the reality is that human beings have emotions, and we have buttons too. Okay, if you don't have a button, you're not human. Everybody has a button. So yeah, I'm human. I'm going to react angrily. I'm gonna react sad, happy, all that type of stuff. And yes, I got buttons too. I'm trying to have a great conversation, an honest conversation. I don't when they call up, I look, do I roast people? But some people do. That's their thing. I don't do that. I don't roast nobody. Now I can. I got jokes all day. I almost got class count in high school. Like, I'm a jokester, but you'll never see that online because I handle myself differently. Okay. But something gotta give though. Right. So you're gonna tell me I can't roast them. I can't be emotional, expressing anger. What, I gotta be a robot? Oh, Tether New, grow up.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
funny,
buddy,
and
yeah. Oh, buddy, yeah.
yeah,
No.
yeah. Ain't nobody about that action, bro. Nobody trying
Nah.
to, you know what I mean? Like, man, hell no. And then, like you said, though, emotions, man, like that's like in the military, right? You know, those guys that like do, special forces or special operations type shit. They teach them to become emotionless. They're not human. They become robots.
Right.
They follow
They're a
orders.
killer soldier. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll kill whoever. If they told that motherfucker go kill your mom, they'll do it.
Right.
They will go do that shit.
Right.
So
That's a
you're
great
absolutely
point.
correct.
They take emotions out of them to make them the killing machine.
Yes.
Like, no. Like
Yes.
the fact that I'm getting emotional is supposed to be confirmation that I care. Like the person, even to the person I'm talking to, even the sister Linda, well, whatever she is, that shows I actually care about the conversation. The fact I'm getting emotional, the fact it took time for me to get there. I'm trying to have a dialogue, honest one, and poking at me, and I'm trying to take. I'm wasting my
And
time
bro, and then
explaining it different ways for her
you
to
don't
get it.
what they said. The Bible said, well, Jesus, don't take. And I forget what quote that is, but don't take the meat for dogs. Don't take the meat for children and give it to the dogs.
Right.
So everything is not meant for everybody. Like, I mean,
Right.
and even Dr. York got a quote. He says, I give you what you want, so you will want what I have to give you. So meaning that everybody is not fit for the information that's being delivered at the time. Maybe next month she'll stumble upon some shit that'll make her say, that's what Ron was talking about.
Right.
But what I'm
Or
not gonna do is start dumbing myself down or dumbing down the content for those who can't keep up. If you need to go to a remedial class first before you bring
right.
your ass over here, then that's where you need to be.
Yeah, and then she confessed and said she was on drugs. Now another thing is that you don't know this either, lady, that the first time she called in with the Democrat show talking points, again, like now she's a person like she's just my kryptonite. Listen, there's a saying, styles make fights. Some people call in and we disagree and we get along well. Like Q Butter called in as a Pan-African. I didn't necessarily agree with his approaches, but we didn't argue. We talked for 2-3 hours, no arguments, got along well. Styles make fights. Like the people who's gonna always get to me are people who are dishonest, have no integrity, who could just lie and it doesn't bother them at all. Now, yeah, those people will always anger me. Okay, they're always angry. Now, do I know they're gonna do that up front? No. But revenue, tether dream, I already know they're gonna do that. That's why I can like deal with them more. Like our revenue is clear. He's gonna lie.
Yeah, but you had an introduction to revenue, bro. Like you
Yeah,
knew
right.
you knew his steez before you got on the phone with him. But imagine meeting that motherfucker in real life, first
Oh my
time
God.
interaction, and he coming out his side out his neck with this shit.
Yeah. Nah,
You go
it's gonna do
berserk.
something
You
else.
go berserk,
Yeah,
bro.
it's yeah. Which I would,
I know you. I know you.
Yeah. Now
That's what I'm
look.
saying.
When people say that, when people give advice, and I get it. Like the advice they give is genuine. But what I say is hop on a panel and you talk to her. Yo, listen, hey bro, this is a fact. I had people coach me, don't do this, don't do that. And what I did was I pulled them on a panel and had them talk to the same people. Lex Vortex almost blew a head gasket art talking to revenue. I had Truth Teller talk to 227 Kemet. Yo, dude, like, yeah, it sounds easy. Oh, I'm biased. You this when they hop on and talk to these people, they flip faster than me. I got way more tolerance than some of y'all. Why don't y'all
Yeah,
click that link and you
you
guys
do.
try to be the tether whisperer? When I talk to Linda, why don't you tell her what I'm saying and watch how she do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so some
definitely
people
are.
are
Yeah.
good at you got all out war, right? Where you just swinging and punching and shooting, and you got cold wars. Some people are good at subtle attacks, cold wars, like attacking you without attacking you. For example, the woman king, Dr. Woman King, Dr. Maya, she one of them.
Oh yeah.
She hates Tariq Nasheed and she hates FBA. But she will never say that. Like the other Pan Africans will boldly say we don't rock with it. Umar, all of them. What she's going to do is throw subtle ward, attacks at
That's a white
me.
supremacist tactic right there.
Yep.
The
And watch
not
this.
saying shit. Yeah.
And watch this. So Tariq Nasheed has started to get her back with it. So lately he's been like attacking Pan-Africanism, but he's playing her game. He ain't calling her by name. but he's clearly definitely attacking her because everything he's saying about Pan-Africanism is what she promotes and says on her show. And he knows,
Yeah.
and he already pointed out that she has all these ops with her. So he's out there doing what she's doing. And some people are good at that. Some people are good at like like again, you catch your wife cheating, right? She grabs the phone and say, "Yeah, but look who texts you." And it's your mother. You dig? Now your mother phone died, so she had to use like maybe her coworker phone to call you. Now she know that. But she gonna say, "But look who called you. Whose number is this? Let's call that number right now." You're like, wait, it's 3 a.m. That's my mother coworker. No, let's call it because this is a girl who you were dating. And then when you don't call it, see, you cheat too. And that's what we're talking about. The gaslighting, the
Why you bullshitting? That actually happened to me.
right. Really?
Wasn't my mom, but it was along them lines. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm
that shit
telling you.
happened to me, man. Yeah, for sure.
And
that shit happened to me before.
and that would
Yep.
drive me crazy when somebody do that to me, man.
I've had that happen to me on several occasions. One time I had somebody call me with the wrong phone number. This was back in the voicemail days, bro. So the chick I was dating at the time.
The wrong number thing. Who was that?
Bro. Yes, bro. So the chick I was dating at the time, bro, had my voicemail password. I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? Got lazy, stopped changing it, right? And I mean, she hit me one night like, "Who is this on your voicemail?" Now, mind you, I'm the type of nigga that don't even check my voicemail.
Right.
So I don't know what she talking about. So I'm looking dumb, sounding dumb, looking guilty.
Right.
And she doing all what you just said. She going in on me. Nah. So I started thinking to myself, I said, yo, what was this bitch's point in even doing this shit? Like what
Right.
And then I start getting in my bag and I start, yo, hold up. Bro, I start creeping on her, bro, riding around her crib at weird times type shit. You know what I mean? And then, then the shy, the cars are parked on the street, so you can dip, you can park on the street and kind of like, dip, sit back there and kind of, pay attention type shit. And and our blocks run, our blocks go straight. It ain't like Jersey when y'all got them curves and shit. Like our blocks go straight type shit.
Really?
So yeah, so I can like sit on I can see far, like down the block. And I see the bitch sitting on the motherfucking porch with a chick with a dude. You know what I'm saying? I say, okay, that's why she's going there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, she's trying to find a way out. She getting her right, and she got her back door on purpose. So when you finally catch her, she be like, "Well, look what you did."
Yeah.
The gaslight.
And they living dirty anyway. She think I was a player about mine, so she already think I was living foul. But I'm too fast for you though. You know what I'm saying? But,
right. Yeah, you ain't gonna catch me.
Yeah, but she thought she did, and it was like, yo, you just fucked yourself out of a good situation because you being, overly zealous and or whatever. You could have just did your dirt and not been guilty. You let the guilt eat you up. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
And that's kind of what you see from them. It's like all of these different egregious ass they making all these accusatory statements, right? Saying that, oh yeah, y'all be talking about this and that. Bro, what nobody even thinking about y'all like ever
at all.
like ever bro. Never like never ever have I been sitting somewhere around my homies and shit and motherfucker get to, hey, don't go around America. No one's ever that's never happened. That's something that has whether you call them a booty scratcher or not, it's never happened. You know what I'm saying? Hell, how many of us had one or two stragglers in the crew?
Yeah.
One or two, we even brought him in the crew. He with us. Parents African as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No issues with that man. We treated that man like family. You know what I'm saying?
And for those who think, oh, you rude, okay, then go find my debate with CLR. Like I played some of it recently. CLR, like he's a FBA coon from Louisiana who's a Republican conservative, and racism that does not exist. Stop crying. That's the past. You guys just lazy. Y'all low. That's his argument, right? And the whole argument, bro, I didn't lose nothing. I was focused. I didn't what they say, get emotional. None of that shit. And guess what? People actually condemn me. Yo, my friend mom heard some of it. She's like, "What's wrong with you? Why you ain't cuss him out?" This is what she's saying. Now look, I debated a dude named Ace that come on Tariq Nasheed thing here and there. Same thing. I beat him up with a smile, basically. Yo, the chat cooked me live and the replay game. Like, yo, you ain't do this, you ain't do that. So come on, man. So which is it? I don't get on them. I let them go crazy, and I stay professional. I get cooked by the chat. Oh man,
Those
you
who
should have.
don't know, Ryan, if you get an
Yeah,
intellectual ass beating, a lot of times it's worse than a physical ass beating. If okay, if we get into a fist fight, bro, I can be your man's after that. But if you
right.
fucking whoop me intellectually, it's gonna be hard for me to like you from
Oh
that
yeah,
point
yeah.
on. I mean, it's just what it is. Like, and I don't know why, but for some reason, people do not like to feel like they've been one up, like they're the intellectuals inferior. And it might just be on a specific topic. It might just be whatever. But people don't like that shit, man. People hate
Yeah,
that shit.
I agree. Like, cause I play chess, so like, yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, when you losing chess, man, that man, I lose in chess, and I be mad in real life. Like, hell, you can call my phone. Huh? They're like, are you good? Like, no. What you want? Call me back. I just lost 10 games in a row. They ain't trying to talk.
Yo,
So,
bro.
so
Man.
Lady Black said, she said, nah, what she really meant was when face to face becoming physically emotional, like what the brother said about the guy at the counter at the store. Oh yeah, yeah. Nah, see, but in person, listen, it's easier to take on a phone online than it is in person. It's easier, right? Because in person, I can see your body. Like, I'm a guy who studies body. I'm the weirdos that watch those CIA, videos of how to watch body language. That's what I do. So in person, you can see the body language. Okay, you be like, oh, yeah, he's person full of shit. I ain't about to take this dude seriously at all. He's full of, or this woman. I could tell she just fuck with me, and I just don't entertain the convo at all. I could tell. In real life, it's easier to read somebody. You can see their eyes. They looking down. They looking at you. You know what I mean? It's more to look at, engage, and discern when they in real life. But on the phone, you don't know if they smiling while they getting on you, mad, or watching TV, clipping their toenails. You don't know shit, so you don't really know how to take it. Like, should I take this person seriously? Are they fuck with me? But the minute I realized they just bullshit and fuck with me, that's why I just like, okay, this person got to be playing. Let me kick them off, and then I calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to tone it down at all. The shit. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I'm gonna say it, but I don't. As a fan, that sounded weird. But anyway, as a fan, uh, yeah, let me use another word. I don't even like that. That don't sound right. But as an admirer, right, of your craft, it's entertaining and I think that's part of the thing with the whole creator shit is that you want to be a little entertaining, man. So
Right.
be entertaining. A little conflict is good because what we're dealing with is conflictual. It's conflicting. It's a problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a problem that has ties to it that's emotional. You know what I'm saying? We got. I mean, we're talking about family history. We're talking about our people. We're talking about our nationality. We're talking about things that really matter. Like, this is not no shallow shit. Like, these are things that mean something. These are things that are going to have future context. These conversations are going to create a national. It's going to create it already has created a dialogue, but it's going to create a paradigm. This is a paradigm shift. So
Yeah.
don't take that shit lightly, bro. Like, shut these niggas down, bro. Like, no, like, no cap, bro. Like, don't ever feel bad about checking somebody when they are completely off base, bro. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Look at Jason Black, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to throw the content in any shit, but just he treat people all the time, and folks tune in every week to see who we gonna treat this week. Kevin Samuels. He treat people all the time.
Hell yeah.
Hell, we in Chicago, we got restaurants, bro, where you go in and it's the opposite of what customer service is. So you go in there and they're gonna be roasting you. They're gonna be talking shit about you. Like that's what you go for.
Okay.
It's a hot dog spot called the Wiener Circle, and then it was another a sit-down restaurant called Ed DeBevin's. Eat at Ed's. And you go in or whatever, and that's what they do, bro. It's like they'll be roasting on you. They gonna, it's they rude on purpose.
Right, I got you. Yeah.
So you don't. And look at Tariq. People love when Tariq roast these. People love that shit, man. These kids, they'll call up trying to get they'll call up so he can roast you.
Right. They pop it off. And look, I be avoiding like when Revenue took off his mask, right? And everybody seen how he looked. He looked like Rocky Dennis, right? He looked like
whoa. He took his wait. Wait. He wears a mask.
Right. Yeah. You ever see Goonies?
Bro, he wears a mask, bro.
Yo, Revenue made a mistake, right?
Who you is?
No, yeah. When I say a mask, like a mask where he don't want you, like he looks funny, and he don't want to make a mistake where you see him looking funny. So he wear a mask, and like he forgot. So when he was on TikTok, Tariq, he forgot to put it on. Hey yo, do you remember that white weird zesty dude that Tariq called him the Bussy Brothers? You remember that guy?
Yeah, bro.
Did he wear a mask?
I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Then you don't remember. If anybody was watching Tariq way back in the day, and he know about the Bussy Brothers, just type in YouTube and put in Bussy Brothers. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do it. The Bussy Brother dude, the Bussy, he always wore a mask. Tariq never seen his real face, never, and he used to call him for years. So he was the troll before this new dude Rohan. Rohan be using different
Rohan
names.
is the worst.
Well, the Bussy Brother was the first Rohan. He used to be in the chat saying the most ridiculous shit, and Tariq would pull him up, and like his strategy always worked. He was so good at like being pulled up by saying outlandish shit. Tariq, all right, come on, and he'll gaslight. He'll be a woman one day and be a man next day. Where Tariq Nasheed would be like, "Is that the Bussy Brother?" Because like their comments would stand out so much that Tariq got quoted. He got hip to his pattern. He's like, "Nah, I ain't pulling you up. That's the Bussy Brother. I know that's you." And then sometimes he'll still get Tariq Nasheed, and Tariq Nasheed would see him. I mean, Tariq Nasheed would immediately hang up on him. He was like, that's, and then the guy started laughing. He just click on him. Like he ain't give him no time for conversation anymore because that's how often the guy would do it. I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find, and I can't find it. That's hilarious.
Bussy Brothers.
Man.
But he always had a mask. Tariq never see his face. He always covered his face with a napkin, or he had a mask.
Bro, did you ever see that 20v1 where that nigga had the mask on?
Nah.
And he had a shiesty on, right? so the chicks was like, yeah, take it. Like he was swagging up. He had on designer and shit, like Dior shoes and you know what I'm saying, big fake ass chain and the whole nine, right?
So no.
So the chicks is like, yeah, we like your swag. Take your mask off. Take your
take your mask off.
Bro, my man took his mask off, bro.
No, he took it off.
Bro, he took this shit off, bro. He looked like you said, the Goonies. Hey, you guys.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that was Revenue. Revenue had Revenue came on TikTok. He forgot to put his mask on. Yeah, cause the Goonie dude, remember the mask the Goonie guy had on?
Bruh, that shit is hilarious.
Like an extra large sock. So anyway, my point is when Tariq Nasheed was roasting Revenue, cause they seen him. And he went hiding for like a month, 2 months. When he called on my show, I didn't bring that up. I could have. I didn't bring it up. I just kept it to the
Nigga, you better than
conversation.
me, bro.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up. And but started to like Revenue started to become a bussy brother to me in a sense where he'll call in and he had the same talking points, the same tactics. Like you'll cook him, you'll debunk him, and he'll just go on to the next thing. And he started to get kind of boring to me. So when Tariq Nasheed be calling his regulars boring, the first person boring to me was Revenue. At some point, I used to love when he called in because he was entertaining to me. Like he was my therapy. I'll be cooking him, laughing and joking and stuff about his information, not him. But after a while, he just got boring. I'm like, yo, yeah, dude, bro, you don't make me think anymore. Like you just say stupid shit now. It's like, nah, dude, I gotta
Yeah,
ban you
see,
now.
like, but see, that type of guy, man, it's irritating because I feel like I'm wasting brain power. Because, like you say, it's like, yo, I keep regurgitating, like, you keep saying the same stuff, you keep coming with the same rebuttals. You keep, you're like, how many times do I have to prove your point wrong before you understand that this shit you spitting don't make no sense, right? So, like,
Right.
it's like, man, bro, I don't know. Like I said, you better than me, bro, because I just couldn't keep doing it. One or two times maybe, but after, like, okay, for instance, like after seeing like what you said you saw, bro, there's no way in hell I'd be able to, like, I'm not talking to you about nothing important, bro. It's up, like, it's up. Especially since he made that dog comment, bro. Like, it's up with you. Like, hey, when I was
Yeah.
in school, bro, I was so bad, bro, because I was in school. I used to come to school with a notebook, and I already had my roast was already wrote. Like, I already had my cracks wrote. So the nigga get out of pocket,
Yeah,
I'm
written
laying
down.
it
Yeah,
to
that's
him.
funny as hell. Yeah.
I'm laying it to him. Bro, I had roast. I already had them for everybody. Like, every nigga. I knew who was like the roast, like the crack. So I kept
Yeah,
my shit on
yeah.
deck, and I already knew. Like, I knew exactly what I was gonna say about everyone. Like, yeah, he get out of pocket. I see what he had on that day. Oh yeah, he got them little dumbass red V boots on. I'm gonna fry him up. But I wouldn't
Where
start it. I'm gonna sit back and wait for you
right,
to get
right,
out of
right.
pocket, and then I'm
Hey,
about to
bro,
go in. I'm about to
bro,
go in.
I damn near failed out a whole year in high school because the roast was just too more important in my grades, man. Like the roast sessions. Um, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I'm funny and I got some roast stuff, but the crew I hung with top roasters. So for us, it was like a ceasefire thing. Like like what you're saying. Like, cause it wasn't a guaranteed win. You might catch an L. So it was like, and that was for anybody. So we really didn't really roast
Yeah, that's how,
anybody. It was
bro. That's how it
yeah,
was. Like, no, bro. We would roast before school. So, like, we would meet up in the cafeteria, and we was just all in there together. So, it's somebody for the fire something off, Ron. It's not like it's not like we can't sit here for 45
yeah.
minutes.
But that's what I mean for us. For us, man. Like, cause a lot of us was like just like really good at it, man. So it's like and we took pride in L's. So a lot of times it's a ceasefire. Like I can call my boys on three-way. Not tonight, it's too late. And he'll tell you, like now he was a victim. Like we got him. So like we would get the victims, but the top roasters, like we rarely got it in with each other, man. Like we rarely because it could be almost like I don't fuck with you no more type shit because we were that good. It's
Yeah,
like
because
yo,
niggas gonna make
yeah, you
I'm gonna
might
take
get
it
really
there.
cooked. Yeah,
I'm gonna take it there.
you
But you
might
know
get
what though,
really
bro?
cooked.
You gonna get cooked, and that's just what. But you know what that did though for us though, bro? Like, you had to be on point. And that goes back to show, like,
Yeah,
steel sharp as steel. bro, you gotta come to school on point, bro. Your shoes better be clean.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right,
You gotta
right.
have your shit better be on point. Your jeans better not be wrinkled. Your shirt, you know, my tops, my bottoms is guess, but my tops gotta be low. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you got you know what I'm saying, bro? Like I gotta come in here.
yeah. And I know I gave mad people material, especially like my early years in high school, like my 9 through like at least 9 and freshman, sophomore. I know I gave people material, man. But again, it was that ceasefire thing because it's gonna be on. You know, I know I gave people material. Like I don't think I was looking like the most weird motherfucker, but I know because I knew I didn't take. I was like a nerd. I didn't really take it that serious at that time. So I was looking weird,
Yeah,
and
but I
people could
learned
have
about
got
like
me.
nerd niggas, bro. Sometimes nerd niggas be the ones with the best. They got the best
Eh,
jokes
Hey,
because
bro,
they been
that
getting
was me,
joked on the
man.
most.
Wait, what the fuck in my pocket? Yeah, yo, that
Yeah,
was me,
bro.
man. Like
They be
I,
get,
I
and then
had.
little
Let me say
sweet
this.
guys. They got
my
some jokes
my
too.
my 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 brother's older than me, and like my brother he could roast, and a lot of his friends could roast. So they used to cook me to tears like at home. So and
Oh man,
that's
hell
how like
yeah.
yeah. So like what you saying, I got good because I was the target from my older
Mm-hmm.
brother friends. They used to see me on sight, bruh. Or
Mm-hmm.
they see me. I be trying to hide this. I'm like dead ass trying to hide. Like, oh my God, he about to get me. And my mom could tell you, man. I could put my mom on the phone. She'll tell you, bro. They used to, bro. I had nothing for it. It's funny as hell. It was like funny but hurtful. Like, God, this motherfucker about to cuck me.
Bro,
And then
that
they see
bro,
me,
I'm a
and they got me.
bro. That's how my house is
Now,
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 bro.
hold
My
on. Now,
kids,
was I hurt? Well, hold on. But was I hurt like a goddamn tether? Like, ain't no tether ever get it the way I got it. Like, these folks is in my a tether get cooked in school. These guys are in my place of residence. Where am I gonna go? I'm playing
and they
Madden 90 fucking 4. Like, I ain't going
and they
nowhere.
know intimate secrets, and they older than you, and it's
Right,
like, yo, and if
right,
you say something too crazy, he might just body slam your ass,
bro.
bro.
My
I
mom
know,
is laughing at me, my guy. They got my mom
bro.
laughing at me.
Bro, they used to, bro, listen, my name is Marcus, dog. They used to call me Minkus. My cousin and my aunt, they used to call me Minkus. You know who Minkus is,
uh,
nigga? The
nah.
dude from Boy Meets World, the little white boy
I'm
from
trying to
Boy
remember. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
So the roast, that's what I say, bro. Like, so, like I say, once again, iron sharpen iron, and we've been sharpening iron over here on each other for forever. For forever, bro. We've been making each other better at everything, bro. Everything we do, even
Right.
hooping. We hooping in the gravel lot on the concrete. It's 90 degrees outside.
Yeah.
We out here all day. How could we not be the
Yeah.
best?
Yeah.
You just don't see the like. You go to some
Right.
hoods, yeah, the white boys be out there hooping, but they not doing they not out there like us.
Nah, not at all. Yeah, I remember me
Used to
and my
play,
crew.
bro. Used to play pick up baseball games, bro. Like they
Snow,
not. Come on, bro.
shovel snow out the way. Nah, yeah, but I got roasted. That's why like the tether got to stop. A booty scratcher. That's not even funny. Like what does that even mean? Booty scratcher. But nah, I got roasted by FBA. Like I said, my brother's friends in my home. My mom laughed at me. I used to be like, Ma, make
If
her go home. You
if you
dig?
was a
I used to
tether,
really.
if you was a
Hmm?
tether and booty
Oh
scratcher
my.
was all you got,
Right. Like stop. Like
you luck,
you
bro.
guys are just weak minded, bro. Like I got called some names right now. That's like that I won't even like how you told me yours. I won't even tell you mine because that shit. I'll be mad as hell if somebody called me that right now. I'll be like, yeah, I hate you.
Bro,
No,
I
man,
got a
they used to
nickname
they
right
used to
now from
cook me,
college
man.
that's super embarrassing, and I'm not even gonna say it on the internet. That's what I'm telling you, bro. Like, so it's crazy, bro. Like, it's not you right, bro. But it's once again, and this is what I was saying the last time I was over here speaking. It's a gaslight, and it's all a gaslight, bro. All this shit is a gaslight, and to me, I'm starting to realize like that is white supremacy's number one tactic. It's a gaslight. Get you to a point where you out your bag, you're willing to do anything, you're willing to just risk it all, whether it be for, finances, whether it's because you upset, because motherfuckers are playing in your face, whether it's about You didn't got pulled over, now they put a case on you and it's some bullshit and you ain't even do shit. Like these are, and I can keep going, bro. Like the
Oh
list
yeah,
is,
yeah. Somebody gave me the link. Did you see it right here? Do you see
oh
my screen?
Lord. Oh Lord, let me see.
You see my screen?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Now look, you see the mask? I wasn't lying. This is him. He had a mask. Let me click this.
What?
He had a mask on.
That's him with his shirt on?
No,
That's the
this is
Rubo commercial.
yeah. All right, watch this right here, bro. The dude will wear a mask like what you seen just now. That's exactly how he looked. All right.
I have mine a bone to pick first.
Oh, you know. There you go. There we go. All right.
Can you hear me, Tariq?
Yeah.
Think
Is that him?
Is that the
Yeah,
Bussy
yeah.
brother?
Look, you see, you heard Tariq. Is that the Bussy brother? Hold on. Like I said, like people who really, yeah, you know, and he will wear that mask.
Yeah. Now where you at? We can't see you. Come on.
1 second, it's kind of dark in here. But I have bone to pick with you because you think
Is that the Bussy
Indians
brother?
you think Indians do not help you out,
Is
huh?
that the Bussy brother? Get on camera.
I'm trying to make a bone to pick with you. I'm just what I'm trying to.
Get on camera. This is the damn Bussy brother. Get on camera.
So this is recent. This TikTok or
Your
Twitter.
ass on camera. This is the
That's
goddamn
him.
Bussy brothers. Get the hell
So
out of
that
here.
you see how good he is. He sound like a goddamn Indian, bro.
That was him. That was his voice. That was
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Hey, bro, he is that good. Where Tariq, I thought it was an Indian, but he showed his face and now look at his real voice.
I knew it was a damn. Get your
And
musty
he
ass
be
out
calling
of
from
here.
different. He be calling
Damn
from
Bussy
different
brothers.
accounts.
What the hell's going on, man?
Hey, yo, but he's very good at like he'll do certain comments. Like he'll make certain comments where you be like, okay, I got one. Yeah, come on. You send him the link. Like I'll say, hey man, click the link. He made that comment, and it'll be this guy because he mastered like saying certain shit to draw attention. Look at him. The guy, it's like a whole Indian.
Y'all know that head shape from anywhere. We know that head shape, that pin head.
And then he never shows his face.
We
He
know
shows his
that
forehead.
pin head ass shape.
And he wears a mask.
You claim FBA Indians helped you.
Okay, first of all, Bussy brother, did you get a new bed? Because you were sleeping on a damn twin bed and you like 40 years old. Did you ever get your bed straight?
I don't know what you're talking about, but
You're 40
I
years
have
old.
bone to pick with you, huh?
No, you got a
All
bone
right,
to
look,
pick
he
with
about to
that
show his face
over
right now.
there with Nick Fuentes cracking open some alt-right Bussy. So that's what you doing.
Yo, he never
Don't even know what that means, but
look. He never shows his face, bro. That's as much you're gonna get. And look at the thumbnail because this is.
Man, you know what that
Hold on.
means.
This is how when he does show his face, he'll look like this. Right there. Right there.
How did I miss this though? I've never seen this, but I've never.
Yep. He'll put something like that, like the Goonies, the good dude from Goonies. Chocolate right there. He'll put something over his face, and all you see was half of his face all the time, forever. He'll never show his face.
Like
and that was revenue.
Like Wilson, Tim the Two Man Taylor's neighbor and shit.
And Revenue made a mistake. Revenue forgot to put his mask on. He clicked his TikTok, and he looked like the dude from Goonies.
Wow.
Tariq screenshotted that. I don't know how Tariq caught it. How the fuck he get that? Because he did it like real fast, and he got it. I said, "Damn!" Now I won't do that. So for you guys say I'm emotional, and I won't. What Tariq did to Revenue, I would never do that. You did. I would never like go to my picture and show him, go to their wife. I don't do shit like that. So
yeah, but that's why I said though, you better because Revenue say a lot of reckless shit. Like his mouth.
Oh my God, he's so
crazy.
disrespectful.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, like, I'm not, like you said, if you're peaceful, if you really want to have a dialogue, if you're willing to be honest, cool. We can talk about this shit all the time. I got a white homeboy. We talk about shit like this, but he's not a gaslighter. He's honestly interested, and I respect it. So I can talk to him about shit. But a guy who's not, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna sit here and just you gonna say shit to try to get a rise out of me. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
That's
what
revenue.
nah.
And then once you make sense of something or you catch him out there and you think he's going to respond to that, nope, he'll go to the next talking point that's disrespectful right away. Like
Yeah.
he drops that position so fast and he's on to the next. You're like, wait a minute, so we ain't going to talk about that at all? You just to the next talking point?
Ryan, they fucking these guys are like, they argue like the alt-right, bro.
Yeah.
You can, all of them guys, when you catch one of them in a corner, they automatically want to go to the next point. They want to
Right.
skip it and go to the next talking point.
Yep.
They don't want to say, okay, I can see. They won't say none of this shit. They say, what about Chicago? They
Right.
go
Yep.
directly to the
Yep.
next point. They don't even
Straight there.
and that's what I'm saying, bro. You're seeing other people, other communities start to pick this shit up, man. You know, but I guess that's important for us to do what we're doing so that we can see the tactics, see what the avenues are, because it's like it's not really a lot of more places for these people to hide in. We're kind of pulling them out, you know, like, you know, picking out their arguments here and here, seeing what the talking points are, you know, seeing what triggers them, and they come out the woodworks every time.
Yeah.
For some reason, and you would think that if these people have these types of agendas, they just shut the fuck up and let us look stupid. And
Right.
But no, they can't. They have to say something. They have to expose themselves. So just let them. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, they won't have any more talking points. Either that or everything that we're trying to get accomplished to already be accomplished because they're showing themselves. You know what I mean? And I mean this for everybody. I'm not just talking about tethers or, I mean, white supremacists, tethers, straight ops, whoever, you know? But people are showing themselves, man, and they come, and it ain't too many places they can hide, man. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, man.
so shit, let them keep on. Let them keep the shit up, man. Let them keep it.
And you know, if she would have, the girl I cussed out, like I said it on the live, is because you know she clearly didn't want a dialogue, and a lot of people don't. They just want to go in. Just say that. Just say, I mean, yo, if they just say unbiased, listen, man, I don't want to talk to you. I want to say a couple things, a couple issues I got with FBAs, and you can address it when I hang up. But let me just get it off. I'm like, all right, how much time you need? As long as it ain't too long, 7 minutes, cool. I'm gonna go on mute. FBAs, you
Ron,
stupid, bitty, you stupid. And then once they get
I don't
off,
think,
I can address them.
yeah, I don't think a lot of them. I don't think a lot of these people. You say they don't want a dialogue. I don't think they can. They don't have the. They don't have the breath and the subject to really dialogue. Number one, because you got me with this, and I consider myself to be pretty well informed. But the whole topic on us being the only black people,
Okay.
that's important, bro. And I mean, I've always felt like that, but the way you put that together, and you kind of you really drive a hard case for that. I mean, and the reason being is, I mean, you know why, but you drive a hard case for that. But I say that to say this: people will come in and they'll have, you know, a 40 or 50 year idea of what something is, and then all of a sudden,
Right.
it's not that. It's different, you know. So, um, I think that's mostly part of the issue, and people are already going to combat what they don't understand. So, which is a terrible human trait, bro. That is a terrible
And you know the
trait.
thing
You know what
is,
I'm
I
saying?
don't even remember us having that conversation, but that tells you that like I don't like after the argument, I don't even like think about it. You know what I mean? I don't hold it dearly. I don't, take it homey. So if I do cuss her out or have like a dialogue argument on the net, like I don't hold the grudge. Like it's just for that moment, and then once that moment's gone, I let it go. Like I move on. Like I don't dwell on it. That motherfucker. Oh nah, it's over. I move on to the next next day.
I mean, it really is. I mean, I guess it is personal, but it's not personal because I mean, hell, you here, bro. You here providing a service, bro. You teaching on a subject. You're a subject matter expert. So if I come over here, I come over here to get the subject. I can't come over here and then say, Ron, why you not teaching? Why you not showing us how to cook apple pies? The fuck? This ain't an apple pie page.
Right.
We don't talk about apple pies over here.
Right.
So
and the thing is, I can like you said, but like you said it best. I can get why, like, because matter of fact, like, listen, even like Tariq, like he struggles with it because you'll see sometimes he supports that argument and sometimes he just don't want to talk about it. He'll just dismiss it. All right, whatever. He'll let people say everybody's black. So when I remember when I was watching Tariq Nasheed, I'm like, okay, callers is when they argue they're black and they're not, like they're from a Caribbean or something like that. I'm like, yo, he normally struggles when they hit him with that. Like he don't know how to come at that because like they hit Dan with it. Every time they do it, they freeze whoever the FBA guy is. Every time they freeze them. So I'm like, oh shit, like they got an ace card on the low. So I said, all right, let me, So I thought about that, and then I slept on it, and then I said, let me see something. Let me see if there's something with that. So yeah, I really thought about it. I inserted it in ChatGPT, and that's the thing. People don't know how to use AI correctly. Like when I have a hypothesis, I put it in ChatGPT, and I have them like critique it and like show me the flaws in it and how to tighten up. So ChatGPT had told me, hey, this, you're onto something, this and that. So I'm like, all right, tell me more. help me formulate it better. Tell me, and then they would direct me better. So now when I think about it more, I think about some other clever things, and I run that by them. And they kept saying, hey, you're onto something. Like you're doing really good. So then that's when I started to get the X on them, and like, oh, it started throwing stuff at me. Like, hey, won't you use this? This will really help you with this argument. Really. Then I look up X on them. Okay, look up endonym and wow and ethnonym and demonym. Like, oh shit. And then I just one thing led to another, then another. And then the hardest part was putting it. So now I got all the information. It makes sense. But how do you put it together? Well, sometimes you don't know where to start from. So for me, the best way to put it together is to debate it. So when Jamaican Dream and Tether New would call in and challenge me on that, they would, because I'm like scramble. I like can't recall things right away. Got to look at my research. So by debating these clowns over and over and over, it helped me format it better. Formats. Okay, I'm now remembering it. I'm now knowing how to introduce it, and then the next step is how to introduce it where people aren't so confused. Like that is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal in teaching and disseminating information is how to not confuse people with confusing information.
mm-hmm.
That's the hardest part when you're teaching or educating or sharing information. How this is confusing. I know it is. So I'm like, how do I give it to people where it's not confusing? And then that's when you be in the mirror. You go back to those days. You're in the mirror, acting like okay. You're just practicing to the point where okay, if they say this, or if they can't get that, use this analogy. Okay, if they can't, then it gets like that. You could, if they can't get it this way, say this, because some people get it different ways, and some people just don't get it at all. And then that's when I say, all right, well, you tell me, like, how are these people black? And then I think that's when I really get to them because I know people could only say race wise or color wise. They can't be black ethnically, right? So it's like, okay, so how are they black?
Right,
And you
because that's the
have to
argument. They shut that down immediately. Like, uh, you'll hear people say, "Well, look at me. My skin is not black."
right,
So
right,
automatically they shut that down by their own admission. And
yeah,
then
and then
and you're
then
absolutely
you got
correct.
them,
Yeah, that's a good one though. When you ask, I've heard you do that. When you say, you explain it to me. How do you think black? How do you think they're black? I've heard you say that, and that definitely
yep,
is that makes them that forces them to have to give you a definition or to define
right,
it in some type of term.
right,
Yeah.
and now I got something to go off. Now it's like, okay, so skin color, okay, cool, right? So now you're looking at people and how they look. Forget about what they call themselves. You're looking at how they look and you're calling them black. Great. Now, I want to tell you where you got that practice from. You're looking at people from the lens of your colonizer, your enslaver. Let me explain. Why were who called these people black in another language in the first time before you decided to call them black? And you got to say
Hmm.
white people or Arabs. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Why did white people call all these people black or Negro or whatever? And you got to say the same shit. How they look? Oh, so the enslaver, the oppressor, called the colonizer, called these people dark black because of their skin, right? Okay, cool. So now, did these people ever call themselves black by their skin? And the answer is emphatically no. So it's like, oh shit. So they call themselves something away from how they look. And so they focus more on their language, their tribe, their culture. They name themselves by that. But you named them on how they look was white people and Arabs, people who got a shitty history, people who don't care about what you call yourself. This is what I'm going to call you, and that's that. So people follow the pattern of the colonizer and don't even know it. It's like, well, why not just call them what they say they are? They don't say they're black. They say they're Igbo or Ashanti or Fulani or Haitian. Why not just call them Aborigine, the Australian Aborigine? That's what they would rather be called. Why are you calling them something that they rather not be called? See, that's called an exonym. Is when an outsider name a group something that they don't call themselves, and only colonizers and enslavers use exonyms. People who respect you is going to use your endonym. They're
Yeah.
going to use the
Most
name you
definitely.
called yourself, right? So
Most definitely.
I come to Chicago, I see you, and we're talking, we're playing basketball. We had a good day, good game. You did. We played. We got some wins. We got some losses. It's time to leave now. And I sit there and instead of like just look, we had a great time, 2 hours, and instead of getting your name, I just call you a name. Hey, Freddie. You're like, what? Like, yeah, man, I'm serious. Like, Freddie, Freddie, next I'll see you tomorrow. You can be like, yo, you just ruined the whole day that we got along, bro. You call me fuck. My name ain't Freddie, my guy. Like, why you being weird? All right, Freddie. Freddie, put your number.
Right.
I'm gonna call you. You know what I mean? So after I keep calling you Freddie,
And I
Freddie
already
over and over
told
and
you my
over,
name. I
yeah,
told you what my name was.
yep, that's gonna fuck it up. So I realized part of the erasure, part of the tethering is these guys calling themselves black because I looked at every other argument where we got them on, right? FBA, all that stuff makes sense. All of our talking points make sense. But I'm like, the fact that they still can call themselves black, like, that is something they're confident with. Like, they don't give a fuck about FBA and deleting that. The fact that they can call themselves black, that they got this fake glow, this fake sparkle in their eyes. Like, yo, I'm gonna take that black shit from them. And that's exactly, I said, let me see if there's something in there. Let me see if I can like logically, legally do that and it makes historical sense. Cause you don't be a weird. It's gonna be weird anyway. Cause the world's using that terminology, right? So you're gonna be a weirdo by saying people not black when they're internationally known as black. It's like, so how the fuck I'm gonna do this? So your mouth, like Tariq Nas says, like he says, your mouthpiece better be good because you're already gonna come on the negative. You're coming off on the negative side when you introduce the argument. So you better be tight when you introduce it. So it's like, all right, cool. Then you find different strategies to introduce it, but It's an exonym. You're using it in an exonymic way. You're not calling them what they call themselves. Because if you did, you wouldn't be calling them black. And then on top of that, we could be semantical, but Negro isn't black. Negro means black. And guess what? A four-legged feline means a cat, but that ain't the damn name of a cat. Yo, I'm about to go walk my four-legged. What? Oh, nah, that's a cat. Weirdo, just say cat. So people don't identify themselves by the meaning. They identify them as the name, and the name has a meaning. So white folks called us negro because they spoke Spanish. The English didn't speak Spanish. The English just called us negro because they didn't speak Spanish, and that's what the Portuguese and those folks was calling us. They just borrowed that same terminology, and they just called us that forever, and then they called us colored. And colored really has no definition. You can look it up. They called us colored because they couldn't. At that time, you're either white, which is a free person, or you're not white. So they called us colored just to say we're not white. It really has no meaning behind it. So white folks would be saying shit just to make sure you're not one of them. And that's how we came. That's how they came with color. The color just came with that shit. Really just a random word. So we're not classified as white. So we were Negro and colored.
You know, but you know what, Ron? I think you're right. It's a more of a harder. It's a more difficult task than what you think it. Well, not to say what you think it is, but than maybe what it might appear to be. Trying to take because there's so many references to darkness other places, and they are going to confuse that with black with that term, and they're gonna automatically assume that that's what they're speaking of, when a lot of times they're not. A lot of times, most of the time they're not. Most of the time that's a cosmic reference, or it's a melanin reference, the actual substance, not skin tone, the actual substance. So like they don't know, and see, by people not being, that's why I say people aren't educated in those things. So it'll be hard for them to make that reference. If you only know the word black, or your only reference to that word is from when it's being dealt with people, right? But you don't know the intricacies behind it. You don't know the culture in which they dealt with, and you don't know the spiritual context behind it, then you're gonna say, "Oh, everybody calls themselves black."
Right.
So I think the way you put it this last time is gonna make them define it. It's gonna make them pick one of those ways. Are you talking about black? What, spiritually? You talking about culturally? Or are you talking about it in which fashion? So, you know.
Yeah. So you kind of like want to know, instead of like trying to force it down their throat, which you see don't really get you anywhere. It just causes more confusion. So I try to say, okay, let me go a different way. Okay, so how do you define black? And let's go from there. Okay, let's see if that is the same way these people define black, and let's see this. It's the same way. That's all. You try to see if it all is the same, right? It has to match. If it doesn't match, then like, okay, there's some inconsistencies. Then you point out the inconsistencies and show, okay, so this black is not equal. It's not all in sync. It's off. It's in sync. No, it's out of sync.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
if it's out of sync, then it ain't what you said it is anymore. Because if it is, it should be in sync. But the fact that this blackness is out of sync, there's an issue.
Yeah, and then the fact that you disagreeing with me, or the fact that you're trying to say that, like, well, you're disagreeing, and you're coming over here and you're trying to disagree, then you should have a definite way of describing that of what you're speaking of. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if you sell diamonds, right? and I want to cop some diamonds. So I come over to you like, oh wait, my nigga, them ain't real diamonds. And I tell you, how you figure? Prove it. These I picked them myself. And then you say, nah, they
Right.
not real diamonds. Personally, if I'm selling you the diamonds and you don't think they're real, I'm gonna let you walk away. I don't care what you think.
Right.
But as the person who's trying to buy the diamonds, you probably owe it to yourself to be able to find out if you're buying real diamonds or not.
That's so right. You would think that, right? You're like, okay, so I'm just trusting people. Yeah, yeah,
And so that's what we're dealing with. We got folks that's
yeah.
coming over here thinking that they know what's up. And it's not just about the word black, it's the whole experience, bruh. These niggas come over here thinking that they know what time
Right.
it is. They don't know the Constitution. They don't know the law. They don't know our history. They don't know shit. But then they trying to tell you it's like a little kid
And
when you try to help a little kid do homework and you tell them like, look, now carry the two, and he telling you, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. It's like, little nigga, I didn't fucking
right,
even
right.
what?
But yeah, no, you carried it too. What are you talking about? And see, and a lot of these guys, the revenues of these guys, like the and will make them more upset because a lot of these terminologies I didn't even know until they brought it up. And see, they misrepresented it. So they actually like made me sharper. Like for example, when the weirdo brought up the OMB, okay, I'm just listening. What the fuck is the OMB? And then after the call, I researched it. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. All right, so now, but I know what it actually is and what's is in what it's intended for. This person he don't know what it's intended for. So I'm like, okay, so I got it. So now we talk again. So now I can't wait till they come back. They talk again. So it's like, okay, now you misrepresented that. So that was one uh, case in point where people. As a matter of fact, a lot of the free blacks that revenue brought up, I guess he got it from like Pan-African, whatever. A lot of those guys I didn't even know. So I learned through these idiots. Like they actually sharpened my talking points and my information indirectly. So it's like,
But like
yo,
you said,
we
bro, these
left.
niggas they're not real researchers, bro. They don't.
Yeah, but look, what I'm saying is, of course not, because they misrepresent everything they're saying,
Bro,
but they
they
got it from
listen,
somewhere.
they
Wait, so I just want
research
to
to
say
be
this.
right. They don't research
Yeah,
to actually attain knowledge. They're researching to be
right.
right. And this is why I
So
was able to say, oh
hold
yeah,
on.
go
So
ahead, my bad.
let me finish this. So what I was saying was like they indirectly pointed me the right way. Like if that makes sense. Like they were trying to debunk me with gotchas, and it turned out what I'm actually looking at or researching and follow up on is what I needed. So I didn't know the actual proper terminology was the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget. And budget. I didn't know that. Like I just say the government. But they actually gave me the actual government agency that does that. So and then from there I researched them and I seen what they were intended for and what they were not intended for. So not only they gave me a new something, I was educated thoroughly on what it's for. So now I knew they didn't know. Like you said, I knew they just repeating something they got from somewhere else, but they never did the follow up research to see what's intended for. The same thing with DNA. People say DNA. I never looked it up like to see what it was for DNA tests until recently. I looked it up like what it's for and what it's not for. Oh my god, like these guys are done. So now I see. Okay, these guys are misapplying these things. I don't know if it's intentional. I think so, or it's not.
Yeah. And like I said, and that's like once again, that's studying, that's research to be right, not to be accurate. And and that's one thing like, yo, you fuck up, I'm wrong. That's the whole thing with black.
Right.
Like, bro, I was one of them people who say, okay, well, yeah, I mean, it's the black, everybody's from Africa, everybody. But once but and I was a long time like, yo, you you might see things that are, similarities or whatever, but it's not the way that it's been. That shit is not the way that it's been given to us or laid out for us. Like, that shit is very flawed. You know what I'm saying? And even in the Pan-African world, like they are, they're not doing a service to the communities because they're not researching for accuracy. They're
Right.
researching there's an agenda. And
Yeah, I agree. Like to be right, to win.
And
They research to win, like a bunch of gotchas.
yeah, from the win to win. And it's just this whole battle, this whole like I call it, we got battle rap. I call it battle dueling or a whole
Yeah.
battle debates. And it's just
Right.
like, and that Sinetta shit. And even though it's at first, I guess it had a point, you know what I'm saying? But all of that shit has a place. But when you really break all of it down, bro, we really all dealing with the same topics. Religion. And I guess I'm saying is we're arguing semantics when it comes to that type of shit.
Yeah.
So where do we stop looking for semantics and we start looking for some base truth, like some shit that ain't gonna change no matter if it's in the Islamic world or it's in the whatever. That's it. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where, and I think that's where we're at. That's where we're coming to. We're throwing out the bullshit. And I think it's a lot of we've been over inundated with a lot of information, Ryan, in the past 20 years with the advent of internet, with the growth of Pan-Africanism. We have been indoctrinated. Just a ton of info, and I don't think that's healthy when it's not guided in the correct way. Like, you ever see anybody go crazy off information, bro? Like, you ever see somebody like they start getting, they took the so-called blue pill or the red pill or whatever, and they just went nuts. Like they couldn't handle it. They didn't know.
Oh my God.
Up
Yeah.
or down, right to left.
Right.
That happens to a lot of people when they come out of the so-called religion, when they so-called get conscious. And I always said that conscious is knowing exactly where you are and exactly what's going on around you. So how can something that introduces you to consciousness turn you into confuse you even more? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not the information, it's the teachers, bro.
Yeah.
It's not the information.
It's gonna always be. Yeah, it's gonna always be your agenda going in. It's like why people got to ask themselves, why am I even doing this? Like when I remember going to the gym, like when I first started working out, and I remember seeing people in the gym, like gym rats, known to be in the gym, like I was guaranteed to be there. And I used to look at them like, damn, nigga, you got no muscles. You've been here for 3 years. And you still just broad and fat, like you just no muscles. So I always told myself, like, what was your this is what I said. This is what I say. I'm thinking if you go to work out, if women go to run, like there should be an image in your head. I want to look like that after a while, right? So that was my intentions for going to the gym. I had an image and a way I wanted to look at when I'm done. Then I say, okay, I met that goal. But some people go in there, and I don't believe they have that vision. I think they just go in there just for the whatever.
That shit because it's popular.
Gotta be.
It's popular, bro. It's become a. Have you ever been in the gym and you ain't see nigga sit at the bench and they ain't do shit? Bro, you trying to get on the bench, he's sitting there for 30 minutes, an hour. He didn't do 3 sets. Bang that shit up and get your ass up, nigga. Like, how you sitting there for, bro? I swear to God, bro. Like 30 minutes on one bench and ain't did but 2 sets, a set and a half.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, because they don't do shit. And it's the same thing with your mental muscle. They don't work it out. Like guys is barking on talking about genetics. They going in there, mind you, they going in here they reading genetic books, but don't know shit about chemistry.
Right.
And don't know shit about biology. So how you think that's gonna turn out?
They're gonna make a big mess.
You see what I'm saying? It's the same
Mm-hmm.
thing with people. It's the same thing with people, and this is the majority of people who partake in obscure certain religions and they don't understand metaphysics. You're not getting it. It's not
Right.
connected. You know, so we gotta, bro, we have a specific, I'm gonna say we have a job, bro. Like, and I'm gonna say poor, but I don't mean poor. I mean rich, but I'm gonna say poor. Poor righteous teachers, bro. You got a duty to actually leave the people that you're teaching with something substantial, like something of some substance. You know what I mean? Shit that they can actually use. We done had too many so-called conscious teachers, but all they did was take. They never gave shit back. You know, the Umars of the world, bro. What does he really give? What is he really giving?
Actually,
What does he
nothing.
provide?
False hope. He's providing false hope, but that goes back to what I said about like people intentions. Like even when people start to embrace their FBA lineage, right? It's like, okay, what is your intentions behind this? Because people come into the lineage, right? The lineage of self, and then they bring in their bullshit. So like, let's say if somebody argues religion, like let's say if a guy's an atheist, right, and he loves arguing religion, fine, like make that, like he loves arguing, religion and atheism. Okay, cool, that's your thing. But what he would do is come into these FBA spaces and entertain us a little bit what we're talking about, but he can't wait to quickly change the topic to the religious shit. And I seen that even on my pen. I see a couple of guys, and I let them slide a little couple times before I finally snapped on them. But because I see it's like, dude, you're not really in this shit. Like you're here to promote the other shit you were into. You just see a bigger potential opportunity now for people to listen to the stupid shit that you about to kick to us. And I'm like, but you ain't about to use my platform, ain't gonna be used for that. Because over here, we're talking about some business shit and everything that's on, we sticking to business. Everything that we talk about today, delineation, reparations, anybody undermining us, we're on guard. But I'm not gonna allow somebody to come with their second agenda, or their main agenda, which is
Word. And to be honest with you, yeah, and to be honest with you, like if I like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm damn near an atheist, but I don't put that on people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And if I do talk in a certain way about certain things, it's because that I'm trying to get people to understand that shit don't stand in the way of your nationality and your heritage.
Yeah,
like,
true. And
you can be whatever religion you want.
Right. And that's your right. And before you go too far, also, like, let's say a flat earther. Let's say a flat earther come, okay, he realizes he's FBA, he agrees with it's my lineage. Okay. But they might come on the channel. They got into the lineage shit. They talking about it. But now they got people listening and they're on a platform. The first chance they get, they wanted to. Yeah, do you know who Brother Sanchez is?
Yeah.
All right, so I like him. Like he pulled up over here one day. He pulled up over
here. I've heard him cook. Like he know what he be talking about at certain times. Yeah, I mean, I think we
well,
all
hold
do.
on.
No, at certain
Wait, hold on.
times.
He flip flopping. Okay, so he came over here. He was 10 toes. Like he was on code, no wavering, and he did try to talk to flat Earth shit, and like nobody budged, right? But then I see him on Saturday TV, and he let I don't know what powers Sarnetta got over people, man. Cause you know he low, cause Sarnetta low key be trying to get on like our talking points and the lineage and Tariq like low key, like
No,
yeah, you
bro,
know he does. So anyway, but look,
bro.
he convinced Sanchez to like go that route. So now Sanchez was acting like FBA's a cult. Like he started talking some real coon shit on Sanetti. I'm like, oh my god, this guy, like
Man, bro. I
what is
call
it?
Sarnetta is the whisperer, man. What the niggas say? Remember they be like, don't look Prince right in the eyes type shit.
Right.
Yeah, don't look Sarnetta in the eye. He be having niggas with
Right.
sunken plates.
Don't look Prince in the eye. Where, yeah, this guy, man, they go over there and they just be buck dancing and foot shuffling. Like, yeah,
Bro, that shit
how
got
did Brother Sense? Yeah, he go to that
bro,
to saying we're a cult.
bro. It's like they get over there and they forget. He's not the only one though. He not the only one. He ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? Now I tell you who I have been listening to a little bit lately, who's been back on these topics, is your boy Seti. Seti is more in line with us than anybody else.
Yeah, okay. The last thing I've been seeing him was the Iran stuff. Like he been doing the
Yeah,
Iran
he's
stuff
big on
lately.
that. Yeah, he's been on that military commentary shit where he like, he think he's CNN now, but
Yeah, but
which
I'm
is
saying, but you know
fine.
what? You know what? He's better at. Okay, I was happy
He's
for him
good at
because
that. Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say I was happy for him because when he was going against the lineage, I'm like, dude, that's not your lane. You're gonna continue to lose in that one. But when he started to do the war shit, like it was actually entertaining. Like, all right, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
Like even the thumbnails and titles
he's
was
not bad at
click.
that.
He had some clickbait titles where I clicked it. I thought it was some other shit as him. Like, oh, so it was actually working. Like, all right. Like he
Yeah.
should have been on that from the beginning though. Like that other shit he was doing was like, dude, you wilding, bro.
Yeah, he got some shit that's kind of like, I mean, I sent him some like that Black Power cartel shit. Like this ain't the time for that
Yeah.
shit. Bro. Like you chill with that. Like that global African supremacy, you got to chill that shit.
Yeah.
No
Nah, yeah.
sir.
And
Like
that's nothing. Like people got to be able to. I always said you got to be able to read the room. Like for example, if I join Hood Smart, like, look at these goddamn Hispanics, like, illegal bastards. If I was to join Dan, and this I mean by agendas. If I join Dan, Hood Smart, or Afro Elite, one of these guys' panels, you think I'm gonna come on there, yo, black is it? You think I'm gonna do that? No, I'm gonna wait an opportunity. And like I don't care if they say black this, black that. Like I'm gonna wait until they specifically say, yo, I don't think these immigrants are black. That's when I'm gonna chime in. But I'm not
right.
gonna wait for the first time they say, yeah, and these black immigrants, well, you know they ain't black, right? You know, I won't do that. So like even when I was trying to connect with Tariq on his TikTok, I said, damn, I got to be careful how he'd be like, hey, what you want to talk about? Well, you know, blackity, black. And then he'd be like, oh, that's purpose like Babel. So I don't want to be that guy where I get on there finally. Well, Tariq, the blackity, black. Hey, that's purpose like Babel. All right,
But
get
you
off,
can
get off.
kind of
Get off.
tell like he's leaning in that direction. Like you can tell like I heard you say, but I think he is starting to listen to you like or he didn't pick it up from somebody that slid him
Or
a little
yeah,
note in his desk or something, you know.
Hood Smart has been lately talking about that too. So maybe he's getting it from over there. But yeah, but he's getting it wherever it's from, he's getting it. But my whole point was like because it's so brand new, like I don't want my first call in to his show where he mistake me for plebiscite babbler because maybe he's
Right,
not
right.
he's trying to listen and he's like, all right, the fuck is blackity black?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I mean, I had to because look, bro, I had to listen to you like two separate shows where you actually started like certain information you ran down, and did some, some research. I said, oh yeah, he's on point. That's right. Same thing with
Sir,
the
that's
Garvey shit.
plebiscite babble, sir. Oh yeah, the Garvey, that's my thing.
Yeah, same thing with the Garvey shit. The first time I heard you say that about Garvey, I'm like, whoa, this guy tripping. But then I'm like, let's look into that. Let's look into that. And you're right, bro. You're right. You're absolutely right, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. Garvey is way easier because it's either true or false.
Dispute it, bro.
Right.
It's either
the Garvey shit way easier because it's either what I'm saying is either true or false. It's like,
you
okay,
gotta look the info up.
He's either a scammer or he's not. Okay, so now what is the definition of scamming, right? So now we get that out of the way. Okay, so what do we call scamming? Is scamming misleading people for money? They're selling something to them and it's not what they said it was? Is that scamming? So if I sell somebody a bottle of cologne and I said it was, let's say Polo Black, and they bought it because they believe it was Polo Black. It turns out it ain't Polo Black. It's Brute. Brute cologne. Right. Is that scamming or is not?
Polo bottle.
Right. So now is that scamming or is not? Okay, cool.
Bro,
that's
scamming.
Definitely
scamming.
Right. So if I can show Garvey did the same thing about something else, does that logic follow as scamming? And then they scratch their head. Now they want to change the definition of scamming. They'll do that. But some people be like, okay, right, reluctantly, okay, show me. Okay, cool. Then I go to 3 different things that he did, not just one, because they think it's just one. And that's when you really get them. When you catch them, the element of surprise. They think it's just one thing, the ships. No, I'm going to Liberia and I'm going to that KKK shit. So
that's what did it for me though. It was the KKK shit. And then I started, putting 2 and 2 together, like with the King of Scotland shit. And then I started putting in that Idi Amin shit together. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker was on some bullshit.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try to get us over there so he could beat the goddamn king.
Yeah. He said it. He said he's gonna be the king of Africa. Like, oh,
yo, that's
shit.
wild as hell, bro. What type of think about it? But just think about it. What type of sociopathic nigga wants to do that,
bro? And look at the time he's talking about doing it, bro. 1926. You gotta understand that. That's why
there's no help. Nobody would have knew.
Hey, bro. That's why I always ask people, like when they tell me about history, I need to know what year, because what year can go from you're right or you're wrong, right? When you tell me the year. So Garvey is talking this shit in 1920. My guy, I know for a fact that the Berlin Conference 1884, we're talking about they just carved up Africa. And you want to go where? This shit is completely under European rule.
I'm about to say, but then check it though. That's where you want to go. Bro, it starts saying like now I'm thinking you got alternative methods. And like, so why would you all of a sudden want to go to a newly divided, colonized continent? Like, you meeting with the KKK, you dealing with the ACS, you are op.
Right, 100%.
You're op. Like nowhere around it. You're op.
So you trying to get us to go to Sierra Leone to fish for some goddamn mine for some blood diamonds. This
you know what
got
that's
us over there.
To, bro? That's equivalent in 1920. That's equivalent right now to you getting your stupid ass on a spaceship with Elon Musk and going to Mars.
Right. Yeah. To do what? To
be a slave on Mars?
Right. And to be the first nigga to die on Mars, because that's what he's gonna use you for. He gonna experiment with your ass. All right, look, put this suit on. Okay, and they trying to figure out the right pressure. Hell no, man. I ain't about to be no body for Elon Musk. No sacrificial body.
But that is the same. It's pretty much the same fucking thing.
Yeah, it is.
You're gonna be out there by yourself. Who's coming to get you?
Nobody. And
And once you're there,
the
that's
bullshit that
wild, bro.
Garvey's on. And like when I did research, like when I did research on Garvey, right, it was natural research. Like I told you why I researched the black thing. It was because I knew Tethers, that was their stronghold, and I wanted to take it from them. But Garvey was natural research. Like it was stuff I was just researching. I'm like, what? The KKK? Why the fuck did he meet with them? And then like there's no, and like these are books from Pan-Africans, like trying to, and they didn't do a good job. I'm like, why would he meet with them? So I'm reading the book to see the logic behind that, and they ain't really give no real logic. So I'm like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. So you find another Marcus Garvey book, and they barely talk about it. So now you're like, oh shit, there's something to this. So now you start to talk about. Then you want to talk about it with people who are into like Garvey, and they can't explain it. They want to dismiss it, like, oh, there's something to this right here. All right, let me see what else is there, and then that's when all hell breaks loose. You start to see, oh wow, there's more than just that. This dude, and then he went to court. He fired a foundational Black American lawyer who was like Johnny Cochran of his day to sit there and represent himself with plebiscite fucking babble. Like, yo, did he really go out with the plebiscite babble? This nigga went out. He went in court representing himself. Yo, you see, man, you see the flag? You see the 50 stars? Those 50 stars really represents. I'm like, oh my God, you got no jurisdiction. I could drive without license. Like, oh my God, Garvey did the jurisdiction shit. Oh God.
And yeah, and they don't got no jurisdiction, but you're standing in there.
Right. And then like you're standing in there, right? You won't just you like, do you know what yo, if a guy tells you, like we had it before, we some way or some experience, somebody try to tell you you gotta stay right there. Like, you know, exactly, for example, Walmart. You know, some Walmart's got the policy where they look at your receipt before you leave, right? Now I know that's unconstitutional. The average nigga don't know that. So I
Right.
sometimes I play ball because that's illegal search and seizures. That's Fourth Amendment. So sometimes I play ball because I don't mind. Here you go. You know, the person doing the job, they don't know no better. But some days, like I'm really bad with receipts. I'll just buy the motherfucker, put it in one of my pockets and can't find it, or my coat pocket, whatever, can't find it. And sometimes I don't feel like playing that game. So one day I went through the everybody do self-service. One time I went through the checkout. It was actually a human being. So I bought something, I think it was Similac, some shit. And they gave me the receipt. And bro, I lost that receipt. Like, bro, it like 10 feet, the receipt gone. You dig? So I'm looking for a receipt, like to give it to her. Like, oh shit, I can't find it. And they looking like, okay, you need a receipt. I was like, yo, I just bought it from her right there, the damn cash register. I just walk right past her ass. Like, get the fuck out of here. Just work. And then playing the receipt game. Like, you know what I mean? I don't mind going
I
with
do
it.
shit like that all the time, especially the ones with Down syndrome.
Yeah, I don't. Oh my God. Yeah, see, see, I don't be trying to. Now they just passed a rule. I read it. It's funny we talking about this. I just read a rule with Walmart where they give you the option to say, well, you always had this option, but they pretend you don't have it. But now they're like giving the option now where you can, like, don't forget, you always could say this, but they're telling you you can say it now, right? No. So when they ask for a receipt, you can say, no, I'm good.
Man, so
like,
let me listen to this crazy shit. So look, I had a homeboy, right? When we was in college, right? We had this little Walmart thing we used to do when motherfuckers ain't had no money. It's been 15 years, so this is past the statute of limitations. So we would go in this bitch, right? And we get a Tupperware, big Tupperware, fill it up, put all kinds of shit in that Tupperware, put the lid on it, put the Tupperware in the basket, then buy some more shit, put it on top of the Tupperware, then go check out. When you check out, you just scan the Tupperware. You don't open it up.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. That's slick.
So my homeboy got caught, right? he got caught because on the way out, she's like, yo, let me see the receipt. He gives the receipt. Shorty goes right in the Tupperware. She opens that's the first thing she
Oh shit.
oh, hey, this was back in the day where they didn't. This is back in the day where you could get a like PlayStation games. They would be on the shelf.
Yeah.
They didn't lock them up.
Oh,
You just got to
word.
take them out.
Wow.
You just got to take that plastic wrapper
Yeah,
off. You know,
yeah. So that was a long time ago.
bruh. Pull up. Yeah, he had like 15 fucking Xbox games in there. Pull up.
Damn.
Busted. Busted.
Damn. So what happened?
Busted. Nigga went to jail.
Wow.
Yeah, nigga went to jail. But I bet you
Wow.
had he knew, he ain't had to let her look.
Yeah. You
He
could
been
just walk
straight.
out.
Yeah, he
Hey,
caught a
yeah,
case behind that shit though.
damn, yeah. Just last year, I was self-checking out, and I think I looked at kind of weird. Like, so it wasn't really their fault. Because I had my stroller. I had my son was in a stroller, and I was using like his stroller for like a shopping cart. Right. So
Right.
it
Well,
killed
everybody does
two.
that. Right.
Right. So I was packing it up. So this Indian lady kept looking at me. And like I said, it's kind of like my fault because I was like on the phone. You know, like, sometimes you're on the phone, you're scanning, and the baby, whatever, and so it looked like more than what it was, right? So, but everything was scanned, and this was just last year, by the way. So but it looked it funny. So I can, and then she looked at me, and if you look at me, I can't help but look at you, right? So
What happened? Cut out, bro.
whatever, I was walking out, and I guess and it's an Indian bitch. So I don't fucking none of those tethers. Indian bitch gonna tell somebody. Now again, she had no proof. I'm just behaving weird. But she don't have nothing. She didn't see nothing. She knows know nothing like with your boy. Nothing. I'm just behaving weird. That's not enough to check my. So anyway, she must have she told somebody. So as I'm walking out, the guy is running behind. Some white guys running behind me. My guy. Let me see your receipt. I like look at that. Look that you know how it is. I want to go crazy. I'm like, all right, now let me just relax. So he checked the receipt. He looked at everything. Everything's there. So then like he knew he like they did some bullshit. So then he gonna try to ask a random motherfucker for the receipt too. Like nigga, y'all don't never run me. Like first of all, he's not at the door. By the way, he's not at the door. He's running from the aisles. Hey,
All
let me see the
cap.
receipt. Yeah.
All cap.
Let me see the receipt. Yeah. Then try to act like smells. Yeah. He checked my shit. Then he realized it's all there. Then he tried to look at smells receipt to play it off like it wasn't just for me. Like nigga, I know what y'all just did. Like stop it. That fucking Indian raccoon looking bitch started off. I think I know what y'all was doing, man.
Bro,
Yeah, y'all
but
thought I was in here stealing.
be on that shit, bro. They be on that shit, man. And you know, that's why it's so important, O'Brien, man. I swear, bro, like you just keep your foot on these niggas' neck. I know I tell you that every time I talk to you, but keep your foot on their neck because they gonna and they're playing a game. They're playing a game, and the part about this is that's unfair, right? Is that we the underdog, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know, it's like we playing a game of basketball against three or four
Yeah.
teams. That's not, you
Right.
know, that's
Now
like, you
facts.
know,
Yeah, we've been hit by all sides, man.
yeah,
Everybody's at this, man. Everybody's at
yeah,
this.
man. And that shit, and you know, unfortunately, you know, I think we just so used to the bullshit that just bro, this is really just showing me how resilient we are as a people, bro, because we sitting up here cracking jokes about the shit and partying and roasting niggas and it,
Right.
we not
Yeah.
even worried about it. But we
Eh,
really under attack, bro. Like we're under attack,
Yeah.
bro. But it's just like we're comfortable with it because I guess we so used to being under attack.
Right. You know what? That's a good way to look at it. Like they they out here trying to kill us, like in a certain way. Like they're trying to
Oh yeah,
delete
they're
us.
trying to
And
literally erase
yeah,
you.
right. And we over here
Literally.
roasting them. Like who the hell would like we like you said, like we taking it light because that's just who we are as a people. We like roasting, but anybody else on this planet, if they were going through what we were going through, they'll be shitting bricks.
Bro, could you imagine what the Jews would be doing, the small hats would be doing right now?
Oh my God. Oh my
If they
God.
were under right now, they talking all that shit about the few little things that might happen to them behind some fucking crazy ass skinhead. Or you say two things about them, they willing to destroy your whole livelihood. But let them
Well,
really fucking be under an attack, and you see, you know what I'm saying? You be able to literally see them motherfuckers form like Voltron
yeah. Well,
to
look,
fight that shit off.
and they supposed to, and that's why I say like we
And they
should learn
supposed
from
to.
that. Yeah, like
Yeah,
who the who the hell
you
let
said that the
somebody?
other day, and I
Yeah.
agree with you 100% on that.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
that's how we should be because we was harmed that way plus 10 times worse. So like these people wasn't nowhere near, with the I'm talking about the continuity. Like we 400 years of
First,
being harmed. They got a
I'm about
couple
to say,
years.
yep, first, longer, more violent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, man, this shit is crazy.
All
When you even sit
right.
down and just really ponder that shit, it's nuts that we even got
All
to go
right.
through this shit.
All right. I'm out here freezing because I'm gonna wake up my son. Let me walk in this house and get some sleep. Cause
Yeah,
yeah,
bro. Right? Yeah. I'll be
look,
at work, so
I
I'll be up this type of night.
yeah, I have a natural loud voice. I can't whisper for shit. So I'm the worst whisperer. Like I'm the worst. Like I have no like I talk loud and louder. I don't talk lower. You dig? So
Word.
I'm about to walk back in. All right. And I ain't trying to wake his little ass up. All right. So man, thank you. We're gonna
Yeah.
conclude.
Real talk.
Part 2, paper genocide, will be tomorrow, sometime when I wake up. All right, bro. Thank you. And
Nah,
thanks
appreciate it, man.
to the chat. Yes, sir. Like you said,
Yeah.
let's stay on cool. Let's go
Yes, sir.
harder. And but that was a good way to look at it. Like we not making light, but we're like doing what we do with it. We're not stressing ourselves out, knowing they're really trying to wipe us out. Uh, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that. All right. See ya
All
next
right,
day,
bro.
family.
What's up?
Peace.